Alrighty, hello, how is everyone doing? I love these streams. A little more laid back, a little more relaxed. It's just a nice way actually for, at least for me personally, to unwind after a big day of work. Hopefully it's a nice way for some of you to unwind as well. Maybe some of you are just starting your day, whatever time it is. Thank you for stopping by and tuning in, and welcome back to Community Spotlight. We're here to check out some games by members of the community or just the general channel fans, I guess, that have reached out because they'd like to get their games into the spotlight. And today we are going to be taking a look at Morvyn Gutter right after I say hello to everyone. Although I have already been saying hi in the chat. So Phoebe, hello, you were part of the early crew today. Raven and jumping in, multitasking as well. Let me just drop the music down a little there. Fang also jumping in, hang out and chat. If I remember correctly, Fang, you're a fellow Aussie or thereabouts as well, so always nice to have some fellow Aussies in. Who else have we got hanging out here? I saw Raven Ann, Naive Melody, Yeast. It has been a while since I've seen you stop by your stream, Yeast, so thank you for being here. It is 3 a.m. for you. I will not be surprised if you don't hang around for too long, unless your sleep schedule is completely and utterly ruined or you're working night shifts or something, in which case, thanks for being here, I guess. That's still a ridiculous time for you. Who else have we got hanging out? It's just a small crew today. Yi saying couldn't have fried chicken as a kid because it isn't kosher. At least that's not how it's made here. But Jewish schnitzel was fine. What is Jewish schnitzel? I'm kind of concerned by that. Also, that's quite unfortunate having to miss out on probably one of the best foods that human society has ever invented, fried chicken. Like, we're good at that, and it is damn good food when it's done right, but it is also damn terrible when it's done wrong. Phoebe went to sleep at 7 a.m, so you're just having breakfast. What time is it for you, Phoebe? You went to sleep at 7 a.m, so I'm guessing it's afternoon and you're just having breakfast now? I mean, don't let people try and gatekeep breakfast. You can have breakfast at whatever time of day you want. Like, people try and tell you cereal can only be had in the morning. They're wrong. Cereal can be had any time of day. It's society that's holding you back. Don't listen to them. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Yeast, you are taking clown classes at college. I need more context on that. The curriculum includes juggling, balloon animals, face painting, and unicycle riding. That sounds very interesting. It's one of those ones where I can't quite tell if you're actually joking or if you're actually being serious, because, like, clowns have to learn their craft somewhere. I don't know if there is a clown university, though, but I guess they'd be clowning around a lot of the time. Oh, that was terrible. Oh no, my sub count just went down by 500. It's almost as bad as at the time that I streamed a fairy game. Oh no, not again. Oh dear. Raven Ann, getting back to it though, nothing will stop you. Oh yeah, said you were bouldering. Yeah, circus used to be your favorite hobby, but then you disabled yourself bouldering. That is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Good to hear that you're getting back into things though, so you must be on the mend. I tried bouldering once. I do not have the upper arm strength for it. Probably give it a go again someday though. The Knife Melody is the best part about these streams. Aussie gang represent 100%. And we should be here in force. We've just celebrated Australia Day a couple of days ago. It was too hot to do anything. So I stayed inside and played video games like any true Australian would. Oh, it's all good fun. Yes, you try. You've been in Florida for the last month and a half and you haven't had good internet. Florida's been having a bit of a rough time, to be honest, so I'm not kind of surprised that you had bad internet there. It sounds like you're back out of there, though. Yeast Jewish schnitzel is just chicken schnitzel, but fried either in olive oil or chicken fat instead of pork fat. Oh, olive oil. Gotcha. It was just, if you had an apostrophe on the front, that would have just been a contraction. You've just removed the O, so it's olive oil. Oh yes, I like a nice little drizzle of olive oil on my salads. But also, you shouldn't be frying things in olive oil anyway. It's got the wrong temperature for it, I think. Okay, what else did I miss here? Sorry, catching up on things. Phoebe, it's 7 p.m. right now. You're in Sydney. Ah, hello, welcome. Used to live in Sydney, lovely part. I actually used to live for a while in Glebe near the city centre, and then lived in Chatswood area for a while as well. Sydney's pretty diverse. Not my favourite city though. It's pretty good, but not the best. Okay, Raven Ann, almost 10 p.m. I should eat breakfast. Hell yes, you should. Sugary cereal as a late night snack is the way to go. Yeast, your series about clown classes. It's a PE credit at your university. That is freaking amazing. We need to see some photos in the Discord server, please, and thank you. Anyone that has a specialty hobby like that needs to share it with the rest of the world. Phoebe, I think the Netherlands has a death metal course for uni now. Hell yes. I'm not into death metal, but I understand that a lot of the best death metal bands in the world are coming out of the Nordics area. So that's pretty cool. Phoebe, heard about it on the news. Australia Day / Invasion Day, choose your pick. Yeah, very true. That's still pretty contentious at the moment, which is part of why I just don't bother celebrating it one way or the other at this point in time. Chicken with I have oil. Hell yes. Wait a second. Life backwards is evil. Yeah, took you a while to figure that one out. Is this an evil stream? It might be an evil stream. It sounds like it's going to lead into that whole one person lies, one person tells the truth kind of thing. There's only just one person and he doesn't know what he's talking about. So yeah, here we go. Yeast extra virgin olive oil has a pretty high smoke point, about 200 degrees C. Should still be able to get some pretty decent frying done with that. But anyway, this stream's not meant to be about the optimal way to cook chicken schnitzel, although we probably could figure it out with the number of people that we've got here. But that's not what we're here to do. We're here to play some games, and today we're going to be playing Morvyn Gutter. A return to true jank form with some RPG Maker goodness, although hopefully not too janky. So let me show you a little bit of what we're actually going to be looking at. Phoebe, talking of extra people, are you ever going to get friends or anything to join you on stream if you ever stumble across 2 people games? Yes, and we have done that in the past before as well. If it's something that comes up during a Wheel of Misfortune stream when we weren't expecting a multiplayer game, very happy to jump in with anyone that's hanging out on stream that happens to have a copy of the game, or we'll do Steam Remote Play if it's available and they've got decent internet connection for it. Other ones we do tee up ahead of time if it's something big for the channel. We did it with 100 kills challenge not too long ago, and we do have 100% orange juice coming up fairly shortly. I don't want to make any promises, but I would say probably expect to see an event invite in the next week or 2. So that'll go up on Discord, and there'll be a post on the YouTube as well to direct people to it. So yeah, we definitely do multiplayer stuff, and I like to get the community involved whenever I can. Today's one is not a multiplayer game though. Wait, song, go away. We don't need you anymore because we want to take a look at what Morvyn Gutter is all about. So to kick things off, let's have a little look at the trailer. And like instantly you can tell it's RPG Maker, but there's a lot of effort, I think, that's gone into the aesthetic of this game. Look at it. Definitely some interesting and kind of haunting monster designs. Uncover a twisted story. Wishlist now on Steam, or else I'll eat your eyes. Yeah, they're definitely going for a little bit of a horror vibe with it. I don't know if the music is the best choice for what they're like visually representing. It feels slightly at odds with each other, but they've definitely seen worse. So in the description says, in Morvyn Gutter, a pixel art horror RPG, you explore a nightmarish sewer system, battling monsters in turn-based combat, level up, buy gear, and uncover a twisted story filled with eerie secrets and surreal dangers. This game came out back on the 13th December 2024, so it is not too old, less than 6 months. I assume he actually probably shouldn't assume gender. They have been waiting for this game to be featured on stream for about a month and a half. Is the dev in chat? I don't think they were able to make it. I'm pretty sure we spoke about it earlier and the time zones just didn't quite line up for it, which was kind of unfortunate. But that is the way things go sometimes. But I'm sure they're going to be watching the VOD back later. So if you are, hello there. The devs go by Art-of-Lun. And I'm pretty sure they're interested in getting a little bit of feedback on the game so they can figure out what to do better in the next one, which, you know, honestly, that's a good thing to aim for. Should always be thinking ahead to what you can do differently next time. So before we get into the game itself, I'll just bring this one up as a bit of a placeholder. As usual, we've got a little bit of Q&A to get through. This one should be pretty brief, no long answers for this one. So we'll smash this out and then we'll get into the game itself. So First question we always ask, what engine have you used and why? Pretty sure we know the answer to this one. Surprise, surprise, it's RPG Maker MV. They said, it's because I don't have knowledge of any coding language and wanted to start with something accessible, which, yeah, absolutely. RPG Maker is a pretty darn accessible engine. Now I've made 4 games with it and still love it, so I've never moved to a new engine. And that's a really interesting thing to me. There's a lot of people that seem to start with RPG Maker and they actually find it has a lot more flexibility than they were expecting, and they basically main it as a game engine, which to me is kind of surprising because I've always felt like Godot, Unity, Unreal Engine probably have a higher ceiling with what can be achieved, but I'm always amazed to see what people do manage to achieve with RPG Maker, so curious to see where they've taken this one. Question 2, what was the inspiration for the game? The game hits very close to home for me. I watched some videos about the London catacombs and how people go spelunking there, which inspired me to create a game on that theme. However, during the planning phase, I found the idea a bit too generic. Instead, I chose a real-life setting from my childhood. When I was a kid, we had a drainage hole next to our school, and we often explored it while telling scary stories. While the story in the game is purely fictional, the setting and even some pictures in the game are drawn from my real life. I wanted to capture the feeling I had when we went in there back then. That, I think, is very cool and should absolutely be included as part of the backstory for the game, because there's always a little bit of magic that can happen when you draw upon real life inspiration, because it makes the storytelling so much more believable. That's pretty darn cool. Naive Melodies. Hello, Dev. What are your thoughts on chicken schnitzel? Look, Art-of-Lun, you're going to have to answer the question. The community wants to know what your thoughts on chicken schnitzel are, so please, you've got to leave it in a comment for them later. All right, next question. Was there anything important you learned about game development while working on this project that might be useful for someone else? They said, most of my knowledge came from the 2 games I made previously in RPG Maker. However, this is the first game where I used the combat system of RPG Maker. I discovered that balancing enemies is extremely challenging, and creating the battle system was a huge task. Finding the right balance between how many encounters are engaging and when grinding becomes tedious is very hard. It required a lot of testing and replaying the same areas over and over, and I'm still not sure if it's perfect. That, I think, is a nice little tidbit of advice in there, because I think a lot of people go into game dev probably a little bit unprepared. A lot of people go, yep, I love RPGs, I want to make an RPG, but I honestly do think they underestimate just how much work goes into creating a well-balanced game in terms of progression. Because you have to think about so many factors, like how many enemies is the player going to be forced to fight? Is it fun to force them to fight those monsters? How much XP do they need to give? What level is the player going to be by the time they get here? Is it possible to grind so that they're over-leveled? How likely is it they're going to be under-leveled by the time they get here? If they don't pick up, or like if they fail to equip any gear before they reach this point, can they still progress? Or if they soft lock themselves? Like, there's so many little nuances and factors that you need to consider when you're thinking about progression in that perspective. So yeah, I'm not surprised it was challenging, but I imagine it's also pretty rewarding to see players move through your game and have that feeling of, yeah, we've nailed it, we got it right, this is satisfying. Question 4, what part of the game are you the most proud of? I'm most proud of some of the boss battles and story reveals. I hope we get to see at least one boss battle during our little 2 to 3 hour playthrough tonight. I tried to make the experience more cinematic within the limited capabilities of RPG Maker, and I think I managed to create some strong moments throughout the story. I'm excited to see what you've done. And final question, if you were trying to make this game from scratch today, what would you do differently? I would definitely include some quality of life improvements like a run button or a map. Yeah, those two do sound like they probably should be fundamentals with the game, so that makes me slightly concerned, but might not be the end of the world. I now know how to create my own plugins so I can implement those features in my newer games. However, adding them to older games would interfere with too many existing systems. Also, I've learned how important it is to clearly show players which parts of the game they can interact with and which they can't. Yes, clear game communication is pretty fascinating. It was Rasputin, I think, on YouTube, does some really great in-depth videos, or video essays, I should say, that go into how game design and game mechanics are communicated to a player. And there's so many little things that even I know that I will take for granted when I'm playing through a game, that I will just instinctively know or understand because it's similar to something else that I've played. And I think I've touched on this before. If you are someone coming into the game for the first time, there's certain things that you might just not understand or even think to expect because it's such just a gamified trope that only someone who's played games before would actually know about it. Naive Melody, I vibe with that. Also, the game would have been too scary if it were in France. I'm not sure France is the most scary country, but I guess it's more unfamiliar to a lot of people. That's a good thing to find critique on with streams like this and watching someone play through it. Yeah, we want to find critique and be able to give some feedback. That's the whole point of this, Fang. Raven, especially as a dev who is never playing the game in a natural way, that is a really good point. And that's something that I sometimes always don't consider, is that a dev playing through their own game is going to have a harder time playtesting it because they've got inherent knowledge about the game that they can't just forget. And I think that's why playtesting is so important, and why if you have friends or a community that you can draw upon to playtest your game for you, you absolutely should do that. Phoebe, I don't get the meme of the hate for France. I don't either, to be honest. After all this, I think you're qualified to be a game designer or something. I don't think I am just yet. I think there's a lot of stuff that I fudge and that I don't quite know. I have a broad general knowledge of many things, but nowhere near enough to be a competent game developer or designer myself. I'm very aware that I'm still falling mostly into that bucket of the ideas guy, and no one wants an ideas guy on their development team because you know what they contribute? More work for everyone else. So I'm very realistic about where I am. I'm aware that I'm privileged with having a platform to be able to talk about this stuff, but I'm also very much aware that a lot of my ability to critique and discuss things from a game development perspective are also drawing from all of your experience and the comments that you leave on videos and what you contribute in the live stream chat as well. That's why I love having devs as part of this community, because I can learn more from all of you as well as from these games that I get to experience. So yeah, very, very mindful of my own shortcomings. Fang, the Eiffel Tower is big and scary and they could just pick it up and throw at us. I mean, do they have a Hulk? French Hulk? Yeah, that's scary now I think about it. Yes, correct. Playtest should be done by people with no knowledge of the game to see if people will pick up on the mechanics and figure out the puzzles in it. 100% yes. Okay, I reckon we should dive in and actually take a look at the darn game, shouldn't we? I will say one thing that excites me quite a bit, and I love seeing this because one thing that I want to get out of this channel is to be able to have an impact, big or small, on the indie game dev community. And when I click on Morvyn Gutter and I see that 2 people have already added the game to their wish list before I've even streamed it, I love that. I absolutely love that, because that's the impact that I want to have. Exactly, from little things, big things grow, and that's what she said. All right, on that note, let's play a game. One of those is LM, it doesn't quite count. I mean, agree to disagree. I know LM tends to wishlist pretty much anything and everything that they can find, but LM also purchases quite a few games. And that is going to inherently support the game dev industry, so kind of can't argue against that. Oh, what did I miss there? Naive Melody from Little Things, Big Things Grow. Isn't that a book? Probably, yeah. Sounds like a book or a song. One of the two. It could be probably both. So, let's have a look at Morvyn Gutter. And I have to fight my instincts. I was about to be like, let's put 30 minutes on the clock. No. Not today. We're not doing that today. Today, we're just playing a game. And it's a game that is not being detected by Oh, yes, it is. There we go. Streamlabs. Perfect. Just move myself a little bit out of the way. There you go. There's a little logo in the corner. The skull, and only the skull, was by Lun. Nothing else. Naive Melody got bingo already. Perfect. Francesco. Also, hi, by the way, Francesco. Thank you for stopping by to check out the stream. Not a name I recognize. Apologies if you've been in before and I didn't clock the name. But either way, welcome to the stream. I'm very interested to see what we're going to be checking out today, and hopefully you are too. So, first things first, because we have to do this on every single stream, we're going to check out the options. We do have a pixel perfect mode. No idea if that's going to be needed or not. We have separate master volume and music sliders. I appreciate that because it means you can at least indirectly control the sound of the sound effects. So I will take that. Also, we do have controller compatibility. I am playing actually with a PS5 controller today because my PS4 controller is not behaving itself. Happy to do it, Naive Melody. Yes, we are using a controller today. We're also bringing back the stemless wine glass because we're classy. He says as he drinks Coke from a glass, pretending to be sophisticated. Fang, learning to code would be kind of hard because I'm a silly kitty behind my laptop screen. I mean, I feel that. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm pretty sure that I'm lucky that I have 2 brain cells today instead of just 1. And then I remember that I have to somehow manage both a real job and a YouTube channel as well. And I still don't quite know how I'm balancing that. But anyway, I'm going to turn up the sound just a little because this game seems to be a bit on the quiet side in before it gives me a massive jump scare. We have move, we have menu, we have back. None of that lines up to a controller, so that's fine. Worst case scenario, I know what buttons I need to press on a keyboard. This should be fun. Oh, I spoke too soon. We do have controller compatibility after all. I like the fact that they've gone for a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Gritty looking Xbox controller. Like, you could have used just a generic Xbox template, but they've gone for that look on purpose. And that's one that I think, can't word good anymore. That is one thing that I have noticed with the art direction in this game. It seems to be quite consistent. So let's hope the dev doesn't prove me wrong on that. Name your character. Press escape to remove a letter because screw backspace. We don't like that guy anymore. Lucas. Okay. I don't have an escape button on my controller, so this is somewhat of a problem. Oh, the back button works. Good. Circle does the trick. Right. Like the stylistic font. Slightly hard to read, but not too bad. Do I have enough letters to do the full Graeldon, or am I just Grail? We can do it. We're good. Alright. Name your best friend! Oh, okay. You guys just have to quickly hold a vote, if you don't mind. I need you to nominate someone as the best friend. Oh, Fang says name him Chicken Schnitzel. I mean, we could go Larry. Larry is the classic. My name is John Gutter. One day I went to the nightmarish apocalypse of France. Ooh, okay. Larry Schnitzel. I don't think I've got enough letters for that. That is kind of unfortunate. We seem to be in favor of Schnitzel. My name is Schnitzel. Alright. We're going to have to go with that today. And what a word to spell as well. Schnit. What about just Schnitz? Schnitzel. Oh, we're good. It fits. Welcome. This is Schnitzel. Schnitzel alley. Larry, but specifically the one from Florida Simulator 1986. You know what? That Larry could probably actually hold his own in this game. As long as he's a BYO gun. Okay, this is the story of Graeldon and his best friend, Schnitzel. The city of Morvyn. Here in Morvyn, we have a small drainage outlet next to our school. This is incredibly important and has made its way onto tourist attraction lists. There are many rumors among the kids in town, and our parents say we are not allowed to go in there. But still, today is the day my friends and I are going to find out what is in this little hole that people only call the gutter. Fang, if it didn't fit, I'd be complaining that the dev needed to add one more letter for the names. But no, it was a perfect fit. We're fine. Is this really a good idea, guys? Why do I have to be the first one to go in? Because you're the bravest of us, man. Will you continue now? Or are you afraid of the gutter gator? Stop teasing me, man. We all know that the bigger kids just told this story to scare us. If you say so, then go ahead. Alright, yeah, I ain't scared. Come on, bro. Don't be a chicken, says Schnitzel. Perfect setup. That is absolutely perfect. My job here is done. We're ending the stream right now. Francesco, this will either totally ruin the immersion, and I love it, or add some deep lore to our characters, like Deep Fried Schnitzel. Is a nickname since childhood of our friend, and I love it too. With that set up, the next character introduced will be the 911 dispatcher. This is a glorious start, and I'm here for it. All right, let's go on an adventure, guys. I have to be home by 7. I hope this won't take too long. It's just a gutter. How big could it be? Chill, man. We still have plenty of time. Don't you finally want to know what all the rumors are about? Okay. Look, it's all in a straight line. You can see how far we're going. We're gonna be good. So, what's this gutter gator story you were talking about? I heard some older guys talking about a giant mutated alligator that's roaming around in the gutter. It is Florida 1986 simulator all over again. I'm just waiting to hear the little... That game was terrifying. My mom told me that during the Great War, a hospital vanished into a giant hole, and they just filled it in and built streets over it. They didn't even try to rescue anyone. They just left them down in there. Really, really bizarre. At least those were the rumors when she was a kid at school. No, what the hell kind of voice would that be? I'm not even gonna try. Our uncle told us there's a secret cult in the gutter that drags people down to summon something ancient. Yeah, he said that. But how in the world could all those stories be true? Let's continue to find it out ourselves. I will note that on that previous one, I think stories was misspelled. That should have been S-T-O-R-I-E-S. I used a Y instead. Proofreading is important, kids. Okay, this is one long straight line. You know what? You read my thoughts there. This is kind of getting boring. Yeah, it's just a long pipe. There must be more to it. Yeah, why would so many people talk about it if there is nothing? Surprise! Shabam! We all still here? Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. I don't know why none of you have outlines. Maybe I have like that mental thing that makes you forget faces. That's probably what's going on, right? Grail become a voice actor. Oh yeah, I'll just do that overnight. That's fine. We'll figure this out. My neighbor's sister told me that Steve Buscemi lingers in this ear hole in the gutter. If you go down far enough, you might even come across a bug tick. Prosopagnosia. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Can never remember that off the top of my head. Guys, there's something behind us. It's the fifth friend. Graeldon, run! We can just go forward. Yeah, oh, thanks. I was thinking about going sideways, dumbass. It is getting darker, which is a nice touch. Good use of music as well, actually. It's not too over the top, but it has a nice element of stress to it. We found the butthole. Guys, the pipe's going down very steeply here. I can't see the ground or where it leads. I don't care, man. Just slide down. It's getting closer. Okay, okay. Ah! Hello? Guys? Where are you? Damn, my leg hurts. Ah! Oh, hey, that's a nice way to insert a real life image. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. This is very, very bad. Guys, help me. I fell on a syringe. Guys? I have to find the others so we can get out of here. We all fell down one hole and then we somehow got separated. I feel so dizzy. I think I'll rest for a bit. Night, night. Don't let the monsters bite. Yeah, bro's definitely getting hepatitis from that. Undertale, but unfortunately realistic. You fell into the hobo's den. Take 3 points of damage. And gain 1 drug addiction. Alright, perfect. Ugh, my head. How long was I passed out? I still have some food in my backpack. Maybe this will help me recover. It's definitely a sentence that we say in real life. Open your backpack with escape. Under item, you can find something to heal. That is triangle, apparently. Item, special, equip, status, notes, options, save, game end. Oh, perfect. I can get to the end of the game whenever I want. I can do it right from here. That's perfect. Item, we have 5 lunch snacks because I brought food for everyone, including the weird monster that lives in the gutter. Made with much love by Mum. Heals 100% of HP. Don't use too many of those, especially when you only have a maximum of 15 HP. That feels like overkill. But it's fine. Undertale had a child with fear and hunger. A little bit, yeah. Okay, well, we fell... Oh, no, that's a door I can walk through, maybe? First I have to find someone. I better use my notebook to keep track of stuff I have to do. You can find your quests in your notes section in the backpack. Okay. Ooh, yeast. Grail, could you check if there are font settings? I feel like that should be something that's in the game to accommodate dyslexia. That is a solid no. There are no alternative fonts. This one has definitely been chosen for stylistic purposes. Should have been breakfast. Really useful for the speedrun. Hell yes. Alright. I mean, this is, as far as I know, a one-man project. So I'm not expecting anything too crazy. Oh, we do have random encounters. Hi, sewer rat. Are you my friend? I don't think I have a weapon. I'm gonna punch this rat. Oh god, I've contracted rabies. Not again. Alright, cool. We can beat a rat with our bare hands. We can survive here. 3 XP and 2 teeth. What am I going to do with rat teeth? What? Also, yeah, I am slightly in the way, but I can always move you. Also, actually, yeah, let me just point this one out, because we are here to critique the game, not just to play it. There should be a space between 2 and teeth. There should. I don't know why there's not, but there should be. Alright, who's going to train the Ninja Turtles now? See, this is the thing. This is why I love streaming. Half the time, you guys are way more funny than I am. I am just the vehicle that allows the jokes to happen. And I'm okay with that. I'll just write it as 2 teeth. Also, apparently... Oh, here we go. We got the upper hand. I'm also surprised that there is no combat music. It's just ambience. But, hang on, let's just You should be able to hear it. I'll bump it up just a little for a second so you can hear the ambience. Because I think they've picked their music quite well. It's subtle. It's just like little background chords. Slight echo on it as well and fuzziness. Sets the mood quite nicely because they could have done, you know, the typical RPG trope. I'm going to pop that back down a little bit now. Where as soon as you get a random encounter, it goes and we're enjoying the peaceful ambience, and immediately you've just given yourself a shock because random encounters are random. You've just jump scared yourself. Congratulations. And you know, when the combat music is all terribly, terribly over the top for no particular reason, it doesn't need it in this, and I like that they've made a very explicit choice not to do that. So thank you, devs, for actually being sensible with your sound design. Graeldon was victorious. I got 2 more teeth. Naive Melody, I really hope this game just has like a regular homeless guy in the caves and you just fist fight him. Unfortunately, I think we have already fallen into the world of weird, but there is only one way for us to find out. What is all of this? We will never know. Alright, well, let's go to the right. Because right is sometimes the right way to go. Oh, now we have 2 rats. Perfect, just what I needed. Right when I thought we were getting somewhere. Oh, rats. Well, at least they only seem to be able to hit me for 1. So I can at least tank a couple of hits. But I will say, at the moment, combat, nothing special. It is just very much mash attacks until things are dead. And you know what? For early game combat, that's fine. But oh, there we go. We've got 4 teeth that time. Hang on. That way. 4 teeth. Still no space. And we've got a meat chunk. And I got a level up as well. I'll take that. What I will say is Strax's game that we reviewed, oh gosh, that would have been about a month or so ago now. I would say that that had more interesting and more variety to their early game combat. Oh, we found 8 teeth in a barrel and 3 more meat chunks. You know what? Ambiguous meat chunks, I think, are going to be the lifeblood of this game. How else would we survive down here in this weird subterranean underground that apparently is just the New York subway system? Sounds about right. Ooh, okay, this game does not give you your HP back upon a level up. That is something I need to keep in mind. Oh, but we're hitting for 3s now. Right, this is the game. Just like the South Park episode, we are going to stay in the starter zone, grinding rats until we hit max level, and then we can actually experience the rest of the game. That's how this works, right? Right, 2 more rats, let's go. I assume if I get 1 more level up, I might start hitting 4s, and that's going to be a very good day. Die. You know what I haven't checked? Do I actually have a special attack? I do not. I can guard, though, for all the good that's going to do me. How is there light in the sewers? You don't ask those kind of questions. Suspension of disbelief. In the same way that in Skyrim, you go down into a tomb that hasn't been opened in over 100 years, and somehow there's fresh food and the lights are on. You just don't question it. There's some things you have to just roll with, right? Hello? Anybody down here? Friend! Hi, friend. Nope, just a rat. Never mind. It was rats in friend form. I'm going to have to heal after this one, otherwise we might actually die in the first area. Oh dear God. I have contracted the bubonic plague. And then we go back up to the rest of society and we just infect them and like, we are patient 0. Oh, like that could go so badly. Okay, we do have meat chunks. They heal 20% of your HP. We're going to eat those. We need to start becoming a denizen of the sewers. We must adapt our appetite, our stomach. Come on. I'm going to get those meat chunks in there. Oh, we found Schnitty. Hey, Graeldon, I'm so glad you found me. When I fell here, I scratched my arm very badly. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have to put you down. 20% of max health, as far as I can tell. Maybe you can find something down here to make a bandage for me. Sure. I'll go look for that. That, you know, you could help me. That would be nice. Oh, look, it's another rat. Okay. Early game enemy variety is always slightly lacking. Also, still don't know what I'm going to do. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm calling it now. Teeth are currency. Teeth are 100% currency. Okay, isn't this where we started? I feel like I'm going in circles, but I couldn't go that way before. Oh, Grail being a pro Fortnite player means he knows how to craft. Fun fact, I have never played a single round of Fortnite in my life, and I have absolutely no desire to ever do that. It is not a game that interests me in the slightest. And also, it's been out for long enough now that the skill ceiling on it is so damn high that I wouldn't even stand a chance. Continue or go back? Where? Okay, we'll go back. The game's probably trying to tell me that that is not where the bandage is. And I can't abandon my friend straight away. Looks like that's meant to be it down there. This is something interesting, and as an audience that I assume primarily plays games, I would love your opinion on this. If you take a look at the store page for this, Art-of-Lun does disclose that they have used AI for a few aspects of the game. Which, again, if you're a solo game dev, I do not begrudge you using the tools that are at your disposal to aid in the process. Stronger monsters, find someone. Okay, we do actually have to go the other way. Alright, a little bit misleading, but that's fine. They said they've used the AI to generate some of the textures in the game, and they've used it to generate some of the music in the game as well. And by that, I kind of assume, as I will freely admit, I've done this in the past for some of my early videos, there are some AI tools out there you can use to extend music so that you can create a better looping track and things like that. So I'm assuming that's what they've used it for. And that's where I'd kind of like your opinion. Do you find that that use of AI is acceptable? They've not used it for every aspect of the game. They've used it for select areas where, as a developer, they probably realize it's not their strength, so they're looking for a way to improve the process. So I'd love if you think if that's an acceptable use of AI or not, because I know it's a bit of a contentious topic. Oh, hello, got a few more people chatting there. Where'd Schnitzel go? Oh, we're leaving him behind until we find a bandage for him. Grau, you need to play Fortnite with Miku. The day that happens will be absolutely incredible. I mean, if the opportunity came up, I'd do it for sure, because that'd be fun. But I don't see that happening anytime in my lifetime. You're going to play it when you reach the F. If I ever get to the F section of the Steam library, absolutely, I will. There's a dirty old t-shirt on the floor that you could use as a bandage. Yeah, sure, we'll make that into a bandage. I don't see how that could go wrong. The skill ceiling with Fortnite isn't really a big deal, since most try-hard crazy players mostly stick to the competitive modes but haven't changed. I haven't played in a long time. I see clips every now and then of people playing the game and the speed at which they build things while also taking into account their opponent's movements. Like, there's a lot of on-the-fly strategizing that my older brain now just cannot keep up with. That darn Raven, hey, welcome back, by the way. I still use RPG Maker for fun, so that hit sound sounds second nature to me. I imagine there's a lot of those that are shared as like just a stock asset. So I'm kind of not surprised that you'll hear something like, oh yeah, heard that one before. Hey, that attack had no effect on me. I am too strong. I've killed too many rats in the sewers and got more meat chunks, which I should probably consume.
Consume the meat.
There we go. Yeast don't like any use of generative AI since most AI services are trained on assets which they did not have permission to use for training. Yeah, I feel that that is always going to be the most contentious aspect of using AI. You've got no way to, what's the word I'm looking for? Credit the people whose art may have influenced the final result. It's just too vague. There's no clear lines for it. I think it's probably one of the less egregious uses of AI in a project, because it's not the focus of the final product. Still not great from an artist's ownership of their intellectual property, but it could be worse. It could be worse. Let's put it that way. Francesco, AI is acceptable for indie developers since most of them don't have the skills to do what they want to do or the money to pay someone else. The big companies is just an excuse to cut costs. I mean, I do agree with some of that. The big companies part especially, they're always looking for ways to cut costs. I will admit I'm in the position with my company that we're able to use Microsoft's AI Copilot and have it analyze and have it be isolated, so it's only using internal company assets rather than anything external. So it's kind of interesting being able to play around with it from that perspective. And that definitely, to me, feels like a more acceptable way to use AI when it's only working on things that you have direct ownership and control over. Makes it more limited, but yeah, it can still do some useful things. Yeast immediately saying, God, I hate Copilot. Copilot interferes with a lot of things in a way which I kind of wish that it didn't. However, it has saved my butt a couple of times with writing complex Excel formulas that I absolutely could have figured out eventually, but it saved me hours of Googling things and trial and error and just did it right the first time. However, sorry, and I know that we're kind of like pausing on the gameplay for a second here. Sorry to Art-of-Lun watching this back later, but hopefully you find the banter interesting. What I will say is that I think the biggest problem, not the biggest problem, one of the bigger problems that AI is having to us as a society at the moment is it's making us lazy in terms of our ability to learn things. Because you go, oh, I can just ask ChatGPT and it'll solve it for me and it will figure it out for me. That's great. What did you learn? Could you now go do this yourself later on? Or are you going to just ask AI to do it again the next time the problem comes up? And that's why, like, although I've been using Excel to help out with some of the things that I'm doing, I'm using that to teach myself. 100% normal human, definitely not AI.
100% normal human donated $4.99 to the war funds.
Thank you very much, 100% normal human. I'm glad that we found you while we're down here in the sewers. If I get a chance to name another character, I will name them after you. Chat, don't let me forget that. But we need to have 100% normal human as a character in the stream now. That's how this works. Let me quickly catch up here as well. Graeldon, did you hear about the Hong Kong company that got scammed using deepfakes? Which one? I'm pretty sure there's been a few of them. Dilly, how many ravens do we have in the chat here? Oh my gosh. Dilly Raven, I think it's acceptable. It makes parts of the game better you couldn't do yourself. 1 or 2 bits of music or a painting for an asset. Never more than 1% of the whole product. I 100% agree with that. But also, I think that makes you like the 3rd or 4th Raven named character that I've had hanging out in the stream, and I absolutely love that. What is the name for a collective of ravens? I should know this, but I don't. I know that crows are a murder. Is it like a plot of ravens? Feels like it should be a plot of ravens. Naive melody coming with a "Don't you forget about me." There we go. That one's for you. AI is great at teaching people to do things. It taught me my entire maths paper in uni. It could not do the math, but it could teach me it very well. A group of ravens is an unkindness. Oh, cool. I've got an unkindness of ravens in my stream. Well, as long as you're not unkind to me, that's totally fine. That's a really cool name. Hell yeah. An unkindness of ravens. That sounds like a good name for a metal band. Anyway, wow, thanks, man. I think I can help you now with those pesky rats. Let's get out of here. Schnitzel has joined your party. Excellent. Let's go, Schnitty. Okay. Let's get ourselves out of these rat-infested sewers. Alright, Schnitzel, how hard can you hit? That is a solid 2. You can do 50% of my damage. Up your game, mate. Come on. The Kingdom Hearts type naming conventions, hell yes. Kingdom Hearts is a great series, by the way. Yeah, they dropped it a little bit in the 3rd one, but other than that, it's been pretty solid. Alright, where are we going now? That looks like it's locked. Oh, that's an interesting graphical issue. Haven't seen that happen in a while. Okay, so we actually have to assign all of our attacks before it all plays out. So is there a hidden speed factor, or do we always go first followed by the opponent? Guess we'll find out. Okay, that is indeed a worm. And already the designs are starting to get a little bit more creepy. I do appreciate that the enemy's health bar flashes up briefly when you do actually hit them. It's always been a pet peeve of mine having games where you have no way to tell how much health an enemy has. What was the graphical glitch, Phoebe? Oh, you blinked and missed it. I've seen this happen before, although I think the last time I seen it was in some of like the older Pokemon games and things like that. When you go into a battle, the screen does like a little brief flash and then it goes into the battle view. Interactable objects in the current scene disappear. So I'm going to try and trigger another random fight here. Keep an eye on the gate in the fence in the background. This one right here in front of the character. Keep your eye on that gate. We'll see if it happens again. If I get into a fight. Come on, game. Work with me here. Give me a rat to fight. Any second. There it is. Did you see that? The gate disappeared. I don't know what the technical term is for that, but I'm guessing it's because it's something that has an action attributed to it. So it's treated differently to anything else in the scene. Don't know what the technical term for it is, and this is what I mean by, like, I'm not a game developer. I don't have that knowledge, but it's definitely something that I've seen happen before. Also, I am quite hurt and need to consume some more meat chunks. That should do. Get us most of the way up. Right, so confirming this is locked. Yes, I need a key. Oh, where on earth? Oh, wow, that one triggered quickly. Where on earth shall I find a key? I need a key. Yeast used to work with ravens. That was a fact I'd tell to your students at work. Yeast, please tell me that you are able to incorporate ravens into your clown training, because I would want to see an act where clowns are using ravens to perform tricks. That just sounds incredible. Yeah, I would love to do it. Alright, let's kill some more of these worms. At least we know we can take them out basically in one turn. Graeldon is getting stronger and is hitting for a 5 now. Or a crit for a 15. Heck yes. Meat chunk. Schnitzel is upper level as well. Look at this. This is how you get some power leveling done in the early game. This is why you come to these streams. It's because you want to see the best power leveling strats for random RPG horror games that you've never seen before. Yeah, ravens are incredibly smart. They're great animals. Kind of scary with their level of intelligence. Hey, nice. There we go. You can't touch us. Okay. Phoebe, talking of birds, have you gone to Taronga Zoo and seen the birds? I have been to Taronga Zoo, I think 2 or 3 times. It's been a while since I was last there, so exhibits have probably changed, but of all the zoos that I've been to, and I've probably been to about 6 or 7 now, I would say that Taronga Zoo is still my favorite zoo that I've ever been to. It's just the size and scale of it, the way that they treat the animals, like the work that's gone into the different enclosures, the knowledge of the staff, it is all top tier. Taronga Zoo in Sydney is one of the best zoos in the world. I think the only other one that I still want to get out to and might be on par with it, I can never remember the name of it, but it's Steve Irwin's zoo up in, I think it's in Queensland. That is one that I would definitely want to go and check out. Alright, let's take care of these guys. Ravens are fun to work with, have a ton of them around New York City. Once saw a raven standing on a dead fish eating flies and worms that came to eat the fish. See, that's what I mean, they're clever. They actually understand things and they can solve problems. It's pretty impressive. Francesco, earlier I was about to complain to the dev because he said grinding can be tedious, and I strongly disagree with that. Grinding is so relaxing. I know what you mean. Oh, it's Australia Zoo. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Phoebe. Grinding is so relaxing. I 100% know what you mean by that. Sometimes if I've had like a long day, I am absolutely content just to jump into a game and grind out a few levels of nonsense, because there's something soothing about watching the numbers go up. I mean, if you're the kind of person that enjoys grinding in a game and you find it relaxing, honestly, play RuneScape. You'll thank me later. It is the grindiest game that has ever existed, and it rightly has earned its title as a medieval clicking simulator. But it is so darn good. It's just a shame everything that's been happening with what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the drama around the game recently. If you haven't heard about the drama, it is kind of funny and kind of sad. The simplest way I can explain it for the two people here that actually care, he summed it up nicely. It's the membership issue. Essentially, membership in RuneScape is currently more expensive than it is in World of Warcraft from memory. And they recently polled the community for old school RuneScape, as they do with many things. And what they polled them on was new options for, like, alternative options for membership. And it was quite terrible what they polled. Most of it was based around being like, oh, we need to bump up the membership costs so that you can, we can provide some additional benefits, like actually having good security and customer service for account security. And then they went, oh, by the way, we're thinking of introducing like a lower tier membership, so it doesn't cost you as much, but you'll get ads when you're playing. Everyone's like, no thank you. My favorite one, though, was I went, oh, yeah, we know people like having more than one character, so we're going to make it so you pay X amount for your membership, and then if you want to add on a second character, it costs more. Tell me how that makes sense. A second character being added to your existing membership should cost less, not more. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just buy two separate memberships? Simple. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, right? It's like you can have these items are $2 each, or you can have 2 for $5. What a bargain! We're dumb, but not that dumb, right? What is this thing? I like how much of the junk in this game is just utterly unidentifiable. That's pretty cool. However, although I'm making it sound bad, RuneScape is still a fantastic game, and the community is the strongest part of it. And the community has basically revolted in light of that news, which is exactly what you want that kind of community to do, because they care about the game. So it's absolutely still worth getting into. It is like 20 years old at this point in time and still going strong. It consistently manages to rank in like the top 5 of MMOs on the market at the moment. What does the special do? I'm assuming it's going to do magic at some point. Currently, we've not learned any abilities. And I'm assuming that we need to get through this tutorial area in order to acquire some abilities. So we're kind of just trying to speed through it at the moment, despite the fact that I'm going off on many, many tangents. And I appreciate you all for bearing with me for that. You literally never play RPGs. What kind of games do you play then, Phoebe? I always find that... Sorry, is it Phoebe? Phoebe? I know some people like don't really pronounce the E on the end. So let me know if you have a preference one way or the other so I can get it right. Phoebe. Okay. Got it. Oh, here we go. I try... Oh, yeah, no, I can still hit those ones twice. Old school RuneScape, Final Fantasy 14 are the only large MMOs with generally increasing player counts. Yeah, have to agree with you on that one. It's kind of strange that they do still go up despite the fact they're older. I don't think it's going to be a long time before we get another big MMO that manages to topple some of the big ones that are currently on the market. Okay. Technically, every game is an RPG. If you control a character, it's an RPG. We had a conversation on the Discord about this a while back. I can't remember what it was we said. I said it was either... Yes, that's right. The two categories there are for games is there is point and click. No. Visual novel or strategy. And it all comes down to, does your input matter? If you just click things and you can win the game, then it's a visual novel. If you actually have to think about your input and it's possible to lose if you do your inputs wrong, then it's a strategy game. They are the only two categories. Incredible. Oh, Raven says walking sim or visual novel. Oh, I don't... Kind of agree, but then where does something like a 2D fighting game come into it? It's not a visual novel, not a walking sim. A strategic visual novel, absolutely yes. 100% normal human. Wait, this is a tutorial? I think technically it is a tutorial zone and we're still working through it because it was all about, you know, teaching the player exploration, object interaction, and gaining a new party member. It's just, okay, someone's already killed that rat. All right, we'll continue. What next? Okay, here we go. Something happened. Ah, F-bomb. I can't find anything that fits. Hello? Ah! Hello? Are you one of our friends? Are you okay? Oh. Friend? Is this the training dummy from Undertale? Oh, that is actually legit creepy. I hate that. I hate everything about that. That is awful. Like, dolls and mannequins on their own are bad enough, but then you make them bold, and then they're somehow more creepy. Francesco, all I knew about RuneScape was the Sea Shanty 2 music. The subscription kind of scares me since I can't really afford something that's not a one-time payment. Sea Shanty 2 is a classic. Oh, it's terrible that I've got that memorized. It sticks with you, that one. You can't really force something, it's not a one-time payment. Completely understand that. One thing to know about RuneScape, though, and the reason that I really do recommend it, is you can earn enough in-game currency to buy a bond, which gives you 2 weeks of in-game membership. And usually once you get your first bond, you can pretty much just build from there because there are better money-making methods available to you as a member than there are as a free-to-play player. So you can absolutely do everything in the game for free. And this might surprise some people, but that's not the only game that you can do that in. The other one that I used to play a lot of was Lord of the Rings Online. And that game, you can absolutely still get everything for free if you grind enough. So if you're the kind of person that enjoys grinding in video games, check out Lord of the Rings Online, because you can literally purchase expansions using earned in-game currency, which is pretty darn cool, and massive props to the devs for doing something like that. But sorry, we're getting way off track here. 100% normal human. I play a game called Amber Isle that's an Animal Crossing clone with dinosaurs, and it is by far a visual novel. The tutorial was 4 in-game days long and an absolute slog to get through. I feel like I've heard about Amber Isle. I want to say that was relatively recently that I stumbled across it as well. Ravenan, everything is secretly actually a simulator. I helped with a study where I had to categorize games into genres decided by a different study, and they didn't include horror or puzzle games. Ugh, that is the problem. There are way too many genres, and genres really don't matter anymore. Everything is, like, I predict this now, everything is eventually going to become a insert game like. Because the best way to categorize games when you're blending so many genres is to compare it to something else that is vaguely familiar and that your audience might know about. And that's why we've seen like Battle Royale likes becoming such a thing. We've seen Souls-like become such a thing. It just takes one game in that genre to really kick it off and get into the mainstream eye, and then all of a sudden everything is alike. All right. Damn, this thing is so ugly. Let's get away from here. Okay, please don't come to life and attack me. I really would not like that. Not like that at all. I'm just gonna go hide over here behind the rubble. Don't chase me. Please don't chase me. Give me your limbs. Oh, damn. Hi. Do you need a hand? I don't know. I don't reckon this guy's got a leg to stand on. Hey! Oh, okay. And we actually do have some music kicking in. Here we go. We do not have any special attacks. Let's hope that we can pummel this guy till he's got a lot of health. Get him, Schnitzel. Ooh, okay. Hits us both for a 4. We may need to use some of our healing items here. It's going to take a solid 7 turns to... Ow! Take him down. Okay, okay. Got you again. Haha! Push the legs again. Alright, Schnitzel needs to heal or he's going down. Item.
It's chunk.
Use it on Schnitzel. There we go. I will say, like, they've kept a pretty standard RPG Maker menu system. Ow. And it gets the job done just fine. Alright, we're actually going to use the lunch snack here. Okay. 22 HP back. Perfect. Hit him for another 5. Puppet slap. Yep. Schnitzel doesn't need to heal yet. He's still got enough health to take a hit. I missed that. What did that say? Used flesh bite, something happened? I was not paying attention. I chose that moment in a real inopportune time to glance over at chat and see that 100% normal human has mentally noted this doll as Larry and it has significantly decreased its creepiness. I mean, anything that's called Larry isn't quite as scary. Okay. Use puppet slap again. That's fine. We're still alive. Come on, die please. Get him, Schnitzel. Yeah! Schnitzel for the win. Okay. Thick skin. I misread that as thick skin. Thick stick found. Graeldon is now level 5. Roundhouse kick learned. Alright, now we're in business. No! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, 1, exclamation mark, 1. You meanies! This isn't fun! Leave me alone! Wow, this thing left a weapon. I think it suits my fighting style. In your backpack, you can equip weapons and armor under the equip header. This will mean we are technically still in the tutorial. Alright, buddy, you get a thick stick. It increases your attack by 1. When you said it suits your fighting style, what exactly is your fighting style? Is it backyard shenanigans? Are you... Oh no. Are you an expert pinata slayer? Is that your, like, combat specialty? Do we just... Are you useless unless we end up fighting an animated pinata. Is that how this goes? Thank you, Francesco. It said Fleshbite did not affect Graeldon. Good to know. What's going on here, dude? The thing was so freaking scary. Okay. You know what? I am just going to heal you slightly because you are quite hurt, my dude. Let's put some more meat chunks into the schnitzel. Also, I like that we've got titles. I am the hero and he is the protector. Please protect me, schnitzel. Alright, what's over this way? Alright, more tunnels. Oh man, love a good tunnel. Oh, cool. And now we've got roaches as well. 100% normal human. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Incredible. You're very, very generous.
100% normal human donated $4.99 to the war funds. My fighting style is also really big stick.
That is just prime material for her. Yeah, that's what she said. Alright, we've got a beetle to get rid of now as well. But honestly, thank you 100% normal human for supporting the stream. That is very generous of you. I don't think I've had a chance to actually say this to you as a thank you, but for a little bit of context, all funds and everything that help support these streams go back into the streams themselves. Whether that be paying for additional games that we're going to be featuring, or even as simple as, hang on one second, being able to pay for the editor and other people that help work on this channel as well. So thank you. Know that your donation is going towards basically making sure that this channel keeps running. So I appreciate that very, very much. Fang2, wait, you fell down in this indie RPG and then you started fighting a doll. This game is Undertale. I think it's taken a certain amount of inspiration from it. However, if we're actually now coming back and thinking about this from a game critique perspective, I will say that for an intro sequence, this has been quite slow. I'm now at the point where I'm just like, please give me something else. And I'm pretty sure if I go through that pipe on the other side, at least I'm hoping we're going to get into an area that maybe is like a small town or something, and we can start to meet some more characters. Because there is only so many sewer pipes that you can walk through until you get bored, you know what I mean? And this feels like it is just a little bit stretched out. And unfortunately, I think the realistic thing is you're probably going to lose a lot of your players right about now, probably before they even get to that first boss fight. Okay, roundhouse kick. We do have a special ability. You saw it in a movie and thought it looked cool. I mean, that is how most teenagers think things through. Deals 1.5% damage if it lands. Okay, that's good to know. We'll use that in a life or death like scenario. Schnitzel got pep talk. Give one of your party members a pep talk, boosting their defense for 2 turns. Okay, that'll be useful in some boss fights. We will keep that one up our proverbial sleeves. And does this just loop back around? No, we've got an extra item down here. More teeth and some more meat chunks. Fantastic. We might need to use those. Yes, agree. Intro should be well over by the end of the first hour. I mean, cut the time in half because, you know, it's a stream and we're talking through things. There we go. So I wouldn't take the time that we've actually been playing the game as gospel. Someone could definitely get through this much faster than we're doing. Ooh, okay, that defense up makes a difference. Please die. Thank you. That's what I like to see. Yeah, both incredible for donating and 100% incredible. And 100% a normal human as well. 100% normal human. I'm absolutely addicted to watching your videos. Watch them while I draw. Ah, that's very sweet. I love the fact that people put on my content as second monitor quality stuff. Like, there's definitely... actually, how can I phrase this? I love that people find my content enjoyable just to have on the side and they find it comforting. And I think that's amazing. I never thought I'd be privileged and be in a position where I'd have people that just enjoy watching my content on the side. So thank you to all of you. It's very, very sweet and very humbling as well. Wow, that was like 3 steps and we got another fight. Okay. That's all right. We'll get through this. I want to see what this game's got to offer, because from what I saw in like the trailer for the game and the cutscenes, like this looks like it's got potential, but I do suspect from what we've seen so far, it's going to suffer from some pacing problems. And there'll be some people that can push through that because, like, look, it's an RPG Maker game. I'm probably going to have to grind for a few hours to get anywhere. That's how these games go. But here's what I'm noticing so far. These tunnels connecting all the rooms, do they actually need to be there? What do they add? That is the question that I would ask. Do these tunnels add anything other than just serving as a way to connect rooms? Why not just have larger rooms without the tunnels? You're giving an illusion of choice. You're making the player feel unsure about whether or not they're taking the right direction. Now, your intent might be to create a feeling of unease, to make the player feel like they're getting lost as they wander around this labyrinth. But the problem is you've usually only got one or two directions that you can move in. So, ooh, that was close. I thought I might actually die there for a second. It doesn't really add much to it other than just making it take longer to get to the things that the player is actually interested in. So that's one thing that I would always say from a game like development perspective is look at the thing that you want to add in and go, how does this positively enhance the experience? And if you can't explain how or why, don't put it in. Simple as that. And you'll find that you cut a lot of the fat from your game by taking that approach. Francisco, I fear the tunnels force you to have more time to farm to beat bosses. You're kind of right. It is going to make you fight more monsters, but does that mean that you actually just need to increase the amount of XP that you get from fighting monsters so that the player just fights less in between boss fights to make sure that things are still balanced? There's a different way to approach it. This is something, again, I'm not a game dev, something that I would recommend that they consider, though, especially if they have been getting feedback on their game that it feels a bit grindy. What did I miss up there? Liam watches YouTube. Also, hello, by the way. Another name that I don't recognize. Thank you for stopping by to check out the stream, Liam. Literally walking underground right now. I mean, if you're doing that in real life as well, then you must be digging the ambience right now. Mussolini just bit you. Mussolini's your cat. Okay, good. I was very concerned for a moment there. Phoebe, talking of humans, wouldn't it be cool if aliens came to Earth and started watching Twitch streams? I don't know. I'd kind of be a little bit concerned, to be honest. I mean, first of all, aliens come to Earth. Kind of cool, kind of scary. Depends on whether or not they think we're, like, you know, if we can be friends or not. But I'd also be a little bit worried if the first thing they do is they decide to check out Twitch. Like, yeah, let's see what, like, the biggest degenerates on the internet have got going on. That's almost like going, you know what? We're new to Earth. I want to see what human culture is about. Where would you recommend that we start? 4chan. What is that? Let's go take a look. That would be instant annihilation for the entire human population. They'd be like, nope, these people cannot be allowed to live. Good lord. Not the Italian dictator. Good to know. Absolutely. 100% normal human. I'd like to point out this intro section would probably be 10 times as boring if this wasn't a stream where we're talking over it. Yeah, if you were playing this all on your own with just your own thoughts to occupy yourself, you probably would have quit within the first 15 minutes, if I'm being honest. But this is why we're having fun with this. Hey, in this universe, why are the tunnels built like that? I know, it doesn't make sense for a sewer to have so many open rooms. Like, either do tunnels or do open rooms. Don't do both. It's nice to spend some more time with you, Graeldon. I know we're in a tough situation, but it's kind of a fun adventure, right? I mean, I wouldn't call this fun, but good to know that you're the one who's going to have the optimistic outlook here. You know, it felt like we grew a little distant over the last few months. Yeah, after that time that you kicked my cat that really kind of, ruined what little friendship we had left. But our mums, like, keep forcing us to play together, so we kind of had to try to move past that. Yeah, that's what I thought. You got nothing to say to that, do you? Still not even apologizing to me, Schnitzel. How freaking dare you? So rude. Okay, we've got a slight color palette change. A little bit more greenery. Okay. Lovely little scene showing a bit more of this dump that we've found ourselves in. Dude. What is this place? It's huge. Oh, it's Gollum. It's Gollum from Wish.
Ah, your visitors. Damn, you guys are ugly. We don't see your kind around here very often.
Who are you calling ugly, you fish head?
Wow, chill, dude.
Can you tell us what this place is?
Yeah, boy, this is Morvyn Bazaar. Creatures from all over the gutter come here to trade, talk, and have a good time, you know. If you need any directions, just ask me. You can call me Marvin.
Thanks, Marvin. We should ask around to see how we can get out of here. Maybe someone can help us. Someone that's not Marvin. Marvin is a great name, though, because it just feels so left of center. Like, you're expecting some absolutely bizarre name, and then they just hit you with Marvin. Like, it doesn't matter how deformed these people are. Maybe they were human once, and they still have human names. Or, like, they're descended from humans that have kept human name conventions as tradition. And that's pretty cool. Gonna get out of there. Aliens watching Kaisenat, I think they would just leave. 100% agree with you there. I don't understand why that guy's so popular. Lumi, hello, by the way. Thank you for stopping by and check out the stream. Just move out of America and done. Aliens won't even know your existence. It is absolutely bizarre how in so much Western media, aliens tend not to visit anywhere other than the USA. It is strange. It's like they forget that the rest of the world exists. I mean, could you imagine they went, oh, let's land on like one of the largest land masses we can find. Hey, look, it's Australia. We're gonna land right in the middle and go, yeah, this planet's fucking boring, eh? And then they just leave. I mean, they'd probably fight a kangaroo first and then they'd leave. Let's be honest. The crazy thing is 4chan is relatively tame compared to what's going on in Japanese image boards. I think the boringness of the game allows chatting ground to be funny. Yeah, hell yeah. That's why we're here. This has just become a chat room with a game that sometimes plays in the background. 100% normal human. I may have joined late, but is that a human boy named Schnitzel? Schnitzel, like the name someone calls the chihuahua. I get how that would be very confusing for someone coming to the stream just a little bit late. But yes, that character is called Schnitzel. We named him Schnitzel. It was selected by popular vote.
How can I help you guys?
Where can we buy... I'm just going to walk into this town and immediately be like, I need a weapon. I don't know if you've seen these people around here, but I'm going to need a weapon. I'm not using it on you. Oh, no. I would never dream of using a weapon on you. But if you could find me somewhere where I can get one, that'd be fantastic.
When you go west, you see the weapon seller.
Oh, good. They're just called weapon sellers. There's no other name. How do we get out of here?
What do you mean by out of here?
To the surface, of course.
I've never heard of that place. Sorry.
Oh, God, this is incredible. I'm loving this. There's so much potential here that it's great. Also, I'm hoping you guys can hear the chill beats that we've got in the background because it's a nice vibe. I've turned it up just a little bit for you there. Okay. You looked up, now you're hungry. What? This game has fantastic names so far. Human boy named Schnitzel, Timu Golem named Marvin. Why not? Should play Voices of the Void, won't say anything else. I have not heard of Voices of the Void, but it's got Void in the title, so I'm pretty keen. Hi, you look like a shopkeeper. Love the design for that, though. There's always something that's so creepy about the Plaguemen bird masks. Like, as soon as you see them, you know the vibe they're going for. Hey, do you want to see my clothes? Do you want to see me take them off? No. Okay, my bad. You can just look at my clothes. Got a baseball cap. I got a t-shirt. I took it off a small boy that fell down here at some point. I got a plastic ring. I think it's one of them ring pops. I saw someone propose for one a little while back. Seems like a good thing to have. It's only 30 teeth. Only 30 teeth. Pretty affordable. Hell yeah. Also, the fact that you can buy a t-shirt and it offers some level of... Actually, it doesn't offer any protection. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, if it offers some level of protection, that implies that we are currently not wearing a shirt. So I'm very pleased to see here that it actually offers 0 stats, whereas the baseball cap does give an extra 5 defense. Realistically, aliens would most likely land in East or South Asia. I mean, I agree. It's such a massive space. Like, just from a statistical standpoint, it's probably what's going to happen. Golem's character looks a little out of the style compared to the other characters. It is a little different, but I think it's just because the sprite has been squashed. I mean, you could say that the actual playable characters look wrong compared to everything else in the game. My head is the size of his body. So, yeah, I mean, are they the gross-looking ones, or are we the gross-looking ones? Hi, I hope you're friendly. Don't eat me.
Hey there. If you want, I can teach you some things about combat.
I'm kind of... How do you heal?
There are many ways to heal a character. You can use items or skills. And when you rest on a couch, your entire party is fully healed.
If only I had known that earlier, because I think we passed by a whole bunch of couches and I didn't try using a single one because I thought they were set dressing.
You can try it out on the couch to my right. Go on, lie down, have a little sleep. I'll just be over here watching. I like watching people sleep. They look so peaceful. I like your dreams. I like to eat your dreams. I like to come over to you while you're sleeping on the couch and I'm gonna lick your face. And you're not gonna know.
Sorry. Too carried away there. Good to know that we can have a nap on a couch, and we might not be assaulted. Hello, pigeon man. Are you going to sell me some weapons? Nope.
Hey, do you want to see my weapons?
Sure, why not? It's creepier than the whole game. Hell yes. We're having fun. It's 4 a.m. I should probably try to sleep, but this is making me not want to sleep. I'm sorry, 100% normal human. I didn't mean to do that to you. You are absolutely going to get some nightmares now. Yeah, the playable characters look very anime in a grotesque world. It almost feels like the art for the characters should have been adjusted to fit into the visual theme of the game a little bit more. So, we can get a thick stick, or a sharp stick, or a glass shard, or a pebble bag. And presumably these are going to be for the different characters. We can use the sharp stick. And, well, I guess it does just as much damage as the thick stick, but we'll take it. A weapon's a weapon at the end of the day. Let's remember to actually equip it. Yep, there we go. Sharp stick, job done. All right, what's over this way? We got some boxes. Got some branches. We got... Oh yeah, you're friendly, blood-covered gingerbread man. You got some strawberry frosting on you there, by the look of it. Hey, can you tell us how to get out of the gutter? Guess not. Yeah, okay, cool. Don't know what I was expecting, really. Hi, you look like you've got meat.
Hell, do you want to see my food?
Yes. Meat chunks, bubblegums, soft drinks, and a syringe of life. One of these things is not like the others. Syringe filled with a red substance that can revive a party member. You know what? That sounds like it is going to be useful, but I don't think we're going to need one. At least I hope not. Oh, I can't rifle through the bins for loose change. That makes me very upset. But yeah, let's have a little nap on the couch. It's a dirty old couch. It's the most comfortable thing you can find down here. Would you like to rest for a bit? Absolutely. We're going to take a quick nap. Ugh. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. Oh, I keep seeing this thing like, I know it's a rug, but for some reason my brain interprets it as an obstacle that I need to walk around. It's definitely... See, I just did it again. I went around this one here. That is also a rug. I think it's just because with the filter that's been applied over everything, it becomes a little bit tricky to distinguish what is part of the foreground and what's part of the background. But I also think that part of the issue is that the hitboxes around things are kind of strange. Like, that is as close as I can get to the barrel, like even on the corner here. And it's interesting because they've done away with the grid-based movement system, and you can kind of move freely, even on diagonals and whatnot, but the ground is still tile-based, which is surprising, and it leads to a lot of negative space that it looks like you should be able to stand in, but you can't. The sign actually does say Morvyn Bazaar. We're in the bazaar in Morvyn Gutter. Crowd, you really need to become a VA now. I have had someone say, and I thought it was quite a compliment, and they said that they would love to hear me narrate an audiobook. That is one hell of a compliment to me, so whoever that was, thank you. That made my day when I read that one. One time used for heavy stick, peak weapon, hell yes. It would be interesting if like the glass stick did massive damage but broke after a single use. Yeah, having a glass cannon build in a game where all the weapons are unironically named like glass stick would be funny. I'd love to see that. Oh yeah, you can get glass armor. It offers a high defensive value, but shatters after a single attack from any weapon. Like a bunny rabbit comes up to you and just pings you with its back leg. Armor's shattered now. It's useless. 10,000 gold down the drain. Yeah, if they had coloured over the rugs in a grey colour, it might have made them blend more to the floor. Yeah, and I think it's because they've used the kind of like same red speckledy effect that's primarily over objects, but yeah, it's just a visual thing that I think would take a little bit to get used to as you play through the game. Hang on. What was that? Oh, Morbius, that's what I'm thinking of. Yes, we're in Morbius Gutter now. Or Morbius Bazaar, rather. Okay.
Hello, kids. Oh, I don't even know when I had my last human.
Gary, you freaking creep. Stop scaring my customers.
Oh, sorry, dude. You know I can't control myself when I'm hungry.
You know that nobody is allowed to harm anyone in the bazaar.
Do you guys know how we can get out of the gutter?
Nah, man. Sorry. Most of the exits are permanently closed.
I don't know either. You should ask someone else.
Okay, sure. We will go find someone else to ask. I mean, this also looks pretty good. Presumably we need a key to get through there, but that's fine. Okay, well, let's take a look and see what we can find. Can't loot that. That's fine. Oh, yeah, that looks inviting, I guess. You know what I should do? Sorry, I should have done this before I looped back around that way. Oh. Yeah, I'll come back there in a sec now I think about it. Pretty sure I did have some other things to do that were kind of important, you know, other places to go. What I did actually want to do is buy some armor. We're going to get those baseball caps so that we, you know, if we go into battle and we die, at least we die looking fly. You know what I mean? If you're going to die, you might as well look your best. Oop, I meant to click optimize. I love games that have an optimize button in them, so that if you're like me and you're not the kind of person that is worried about min-maxing, you can just click the button and it'll do good enough. Okay, well, hello, terrifying gaping maw in this wall.
Hey, if you jump into my moor, I can take you to places you've visited before. You haven't discovered any other places yet.
Oh. Okay, you're a fast travel system. That is cool that the game has that, but also a little bit concerning that it's needed. There's a bar! It's the bunker bar? Yeah, let's go into the bunker bar. What's the worst that could happen? Oh my gosh, we've got disco lights going. Heyo! Let's get freaky on the dance floor. This way. Heck yes. No sense of rhythm. That's what we're here for. Alright, that's been fun. Can't talk to anyone down here, but man, they're getting their moves on. I just appreciate that this exists, because it didn't need to. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it's here for plot relevant reasons. Welcome to the bunker. How can I help you? How can we get out of the gutter? Unfortunately, I can't help you with that. You might have to ask my boss. He's in the back of the bar. Oh yeah, well, we'll just go into the back of the bar, away from all these public eyes, where I'm sure absolutely nothing will go wrong. Oh my gosh, look at that character design. That is incredible. Your favorite area of the game would be here 23/7. The only thing I will say is, like, the music is too quiet. You guys can probably barely hear that. Like, I'm putting this up to maximum now for you. This is, you're hearing it on the same level that I am. It's there, but it's very quiet. And this is making me think of Undertale now, if Undertale fit the horror label far better. I mean, Undertale already does a decent job of fitting in with the horror label, but this more so.
Let the little bastards in. Charlie! Ugh, Charlie bit my finger. Okay, what do you want?
We're trying to escape the gutter, sir. Do you know how we can get out of here?
Escape? You make it sound like this place is bad.
I'm sorry, but we want to go back to our families, and we still have 3 friends missing.
Maybe I can help you.
What do you want?
Give me 100,000 teeth.
What?
Actually, wait. I have something better you can help me with. In the eastern part of the gutter, my scavengers are being attacked by the primitive mushroom tribe. This is bad business, so find out why they've been so aggressive recently.
Okay, I guess we have no choice then.
Very good. Now, go to the eastern exit. I'll have them open the gate for you.
Okay, so that was the locked door that we saw earlier. Yeah, I definitely feel good about taking jobs from massive, pigs. Yeah, I don't see this backfiring at any point in the future. Sorry, that voice is a little hard on the old lungs. But good fun. Francesco Lambini, challenge accepted. I'll buy the game, farm 100,000 teeth, and if I cannot pay my way out, I'll leave a bad review. I would love to see one do that. Like, it would be incredible if they actually programmed that in. You can just, like, unironically grind at the very beginning of the game, get 100,000 teeth, and the game just ends. It goes, oh yeah, sure, I'll show you the way out. It's just right over there. Off you go. That would be impeccable. All right, let's go. We'll play a little more. Another half hour or so. Okay, another weird red flash. Ah! Ah! Graeldon, are you alright? Ah! Blacking out. I'm seeing faces. Do you like this little game you're playing here? Yes. You coward. You haven't spoken much in a while. In fact, I've barely shut up. Keeping your thoughts all to yourself. We both know why. It's 'cause I'm messed up inside. Sorry, that got a little too much like Goofy. I'm messed up inside. Oh, that was terrible. Hey, wake up! Do you think we can continue? Man, there must have been some really bad stuff in that syringe. Oh yeah, nearly forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. Because it's been so long. Alright, I think we're all... No, we're... Wow. We actually took damage there. Let's get healed up. Okay. Take a little rest. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, actually, it might have been the gear we equipped increased our max health. That's probably what it was. Alright, so what's going on here? We have platforms that we can't get across, but they also don't look like they move. Hello! Who or what are you? Oh! Who are you, little guys? You look tasty. But I'm already full from all these shroomlings attacking me. The smiling pig told us to find out why those mushroom guys that live here attack everyone. Oh, so you can enter the bazaar. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to go there anymore. Not since the incident. If you do me a favor, I can help you with the shroomlings. And why would we need your help? Because I can understand the shroomlings' language, and I'll eat you if you don't help me. Okay, yeah, I guess a little help wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. And please bring this food to my big brother in the bazaar. One meat package added. I'll admit I wasn't expecting to get a meat package from her. But hey, the world works in mysterious ways. Okay, so this is where I start to take issue with the game design. You've just, given us this premise of, hey, let's go into this area, we've got a quest to do, and now you're immediately sending me back to town? Why? Why? If you're going to send me back to town, do it at the end of the area. Also, who is the brother? It was probably a detail that... Ah, yes, it is you.
Yes, I do. Do you know my little sister?
Yeah, she wanted us to deliver this to you. You give the food to the creature.
She's always so caring. Some years ago, when we were younger, she couldn't control her hunger and ended up eating someone, as you do. Just got a little hangry on a Tuesday afternoon.
So, that's why she's exiled.
Yeah, I wish I could help her, but I'm too weak. I could only frighten people. Please take care of her. I know she can fight, but there are a lot of worse things out there.
Sure thing, man. 100 XP earned. Look at that. Both level 6. Incredible. So hang on. Does this mean that she's actually going to be able to join our party as a third party member? Because that would be kind of cool. We will slowly make our way over here. I 100% agree with what the dev Art-of-Lun said. This game would have been improved with the ability to run. Thank you, guys. I will guide you through the swamps then. Don't get in my way. Name your new hungry companion. All right, chat. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Now, we did say in there that we could name this person 100% normal human, or as close to that as we want. And I did say that I would do that. However, 100% normal human, would you like this character to be named after you? We might not find another one in this stream, so this is kind of your chance, and I'll let you make the call on that one. Yeast comes straight in with the classic Larry. Fang, it doesn't do anything. You can just do that for some reason, and no, you cannot get those 2 items back. You can combine them to make meat on a glass stick. That would be incredible. I do like games that allow you to use quest items in unexpected ways and actually sequence break things or end up failing a quest because you've done something fun and inventive with it. What is it there? No, should have been Schnitzel since she's hungry. Ola's lost. I know, we've ruined this run. We gave them the wrong name. Could be Lorene. Yeah, having to backtrack with Outrun is a pain. I agree. Like, the environments are interesting enough, but having to walk through them at slow pace, yeah, gets you a little bit. 100% normal Larry is a fantastic name. I would indeed like to join the party as this character. Okay. I don't think I can give them the full name, but I can give them the 100%. I don't know if I have enough room. Oh, I can do 100% Larry. Let's go with that. If that works for you, we're going to be 100% Larry. There we go. Excellent. 100% Larry is 100% human and 0% monster. Guaranteed. 100% Larry joined your party. Excellent, thank you. What level are you? You're level 5. Okay, so that's fine. Do you have any special abilities? Meat Stealer and Flesh Bite. Appropriately uncomfortable sounding abilities. Also, their title is The Harvester. With a quick knife swing, cut a chunk of meat that can be used for healing. Okay, so we can get additional healing items, that's cool. Or bite a piece out of an enemy to heal yourself. Okay, that is an interesting way to work a healing class character into a game that probably wouldn't have a magic system. So kudos to the devs, that's kind of creative because this is a healer, right? It's just a healer with extra steps. Instead of just fixing up someone's flesh, you're taking flesh from someone else and giving it to them to heal their flesh. Yeah, two people, sorry, Raven Ann saying 2 skills about eating people is excessive for a normal person, I must say. I'm inclined to agree. I don't think they're going to betray us. I think they're going to be with us for a while. At least if they are going to betray us, it won't be early on. Okay, interesting. I'm going to make a comment on something in a sec that I've just noticed. Alright. Spore slap. You can't slap with a spore. Spores are fine dust particles. It's not how that works. Not how any of that works. Yeah, these are a little bit tankier. We've got a bit more health, so it's going to take a little bit longer to work through them. Okay, there we go. I like, though, that if you over-target an enemy, your additional attacks aren't wasted. They do auto-target any remaining enemies. Phoebe, hey Grail, is that bug you were talking about at the start of the stream still happening? I've not seen an additional... like another area where we'd be able to see that occur. We have to keep an eye out for another gate or something like that that is an interactable object. Not found one yet. Okay, interesting. I'm starting to see what they're going for in this area. It's meant to be like a large swamp with some branching paths. I think already we're starting to see some of the flaws in the level design. I'm just going to drop the volume down a little bit because I can see it's actually peaking slightly on your end. Drop that to there. There we go. 66 EXP and 32 teeth. Nice. Got a couple of level ups. We'll take that. See, like, I feel like I'm about to do a Mario Maker pick a door challenge here, and only one of these is actually going to take us where we need to go. Yep. Well, 2 of them do. One of them was a straight up dead end. But yeah, here's the issue that I'm already finding. And I think it is not the dev's fault. I think it is partly an inherent issue with RPG Maker level design. Is that this area is just going to be a chore to explore. We can't see enough of it at once to make it particularly visually interesting. And walking through it just feels like a maze. And mazes generally aren't fun to explore. Phoebe, yo, Grail, I just noticed today VTube Studio is free for you. Should I become a VTuber? Why not? Like, honestly, if getting into content creation and being a streamer is something that you are interested in, if you've got access to the tools that'll let you do it, why not? Go for it. Hi there.
Give me your meat. All for the mother mycelium.
Okay. See, this is what the game needs more of. Less random encounters, more enemies that block your path that you can prepare for and then actually fight your way through. Yeah, we need a consumable to protect us from random encounters and really good exploration rewards. Actually, that is a good point as well. There's not really been many great rewards for exploring yet. Also, that guy in the back is just healing every turn, so this is going to be a bit of a slog to get through, I think. Ow. Okay, let's try out 100% Larry's special meat stealer. How much meat do we get? Is it just one piece or is it multiple? Dealt 7 damage. Won't know, it didn't actually tell us. Maybe we get it at the end. Nope. I have 5 meat chunks. Let's use a couple and then we'll try that again and see what happens. So we currently have 2 meat chunks. We got a pencil. What am I... It's a special item. Okay. A yellow and black striped pencil. Perhaps someone in the bazaar could find a use for it. Maybe. Alright, let's go around the other way and see what's over there. Yep, another random encounter. Alright, so we had 2 pieces of meat. 100% Larry is going to try and steal some. Let's see what happens. Dealt 7 damage. Got a syringe of life. Maybe that was the syringe that we got stabbed by at the start. Okay, yes. So it doesn't actually say in the text, but we got a meat chunk. I'll take that. Also, yes, the note just says, I'm so scared. We should have listened to our parents. It's cold and can't find an exit. Yay, excellent. Heroin. C-Rex, good morning. How are you indeed, C-Rex? Good evening from Australia. Good to see you, mate. Is C-Rex better or worse than the T-Rex? Is like this the Model C version of the Rex? Or is this, you know, whatever it sees, it wrecks? I'm very sorry, that was a terrible pun. Please don't leave. Alright, let's keep on fighting our way through here. I want to see a bit more of what this area has to offer. Not too bad, just having breakfast. Fantastic. We were talking about breakfast earlier. And I love this, because breakfast is appropriate any time of day, and I will stand by that. Okay. Do you think the note is from the person who got eaten? No, we've had the note since the very start of the game. It's how it introduced the quest mechanic of knowing what your next things are to do. Okay, there was absolutely nothing down there. Even just like something that gave a couple more teeth would have been nice. Although, I do feel like some of these enemies probably already have enough teeth, let's be honest. The monster designs do look great, and I appreciate the fact that they do have a bit of animation to them as well. They're not 100% static. They do kind of like, it's almost like a very gentle breathing animation. So that is a nice touch to see. It makes the combat feel just a little bit more dynamic. Okay, we will go this way. But I do feel that if the majority of the explorable areas are simply going to be built with a maze-like design, it does unfortunately become unfun to explore very quickly. Because like, oh cool, another area, I'm just going to constantly take left turns so that I can fully explore the area and not get lost. That's not fun. Going into a zone and just going, yep, alright, time for the left hand rule. It's like, well, there are many, many more interesting ways to be able to explore an area. Oh, you're a new enemy. Don't very much like you. A shroom dog. Like, I mean, you do actually have 4 legs, but your hunchback makes you look more like a shroom bug than a shroom dog, but maybe that's just me. Hopefully you don't hit too hard. Okay, not too bad. I mean, we're starting to pack a bit of a punch now. Prawns are like weird, dumb shrimp. I mean, you're not wrong. Your dad sometimes gets packs of frozen prawns from Aldi's. Good call. Yo, Grail, is there gluten-free Milo? Unfortunately, I don't think that's possible. Because, hang on, what is Milo? I did know this. It's, malt. I think malt is made from a grain, right? Is milk-free Milo? Well, that's just Milo before you add anything to it, isn't it? Alright, hang on. We're doing a quick Google search on this. What is malt? Pretty sure it's a grain byproduct. Yeah, malt is germinated cereal grain that has been dried in a process known as malting. And I'm pretty sure that Milo is a malt product. Yep, it's a chocolate malt beverage. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's possible to have a gluten-free Milo. Very sorry. But if I'm being totally honest, and this is probably going to annoy a lot of the Aussies in the chat, don't really care for Milo. Neither here nor there. I don't think it's as good as people make it out to be. It's alright. There's better stuff out there. I'd rather have a chai. Beer made from Milo. That could be interesting. I like Milo mixed in with other things, like Milo flavored ice cream. That's pretty good. Dusting of Milo on top of a vanilla milkshake. Now we're talking. That's pretty sweet. But just Milo with milk in a glass is disappointing. It's not as good as I feel it could be. If I have a choice between a glass of Milo or an iced chai latte, I would have an iced chai latte. Grail, have you had bubble tea? I have had so much bubble tea. Favorite one to go for is a taro. Love myself a taro milk tea. It's a place that I used to frequent. Of course, I find a couch right after I use like 5 healing items. Fan-freaking-tastic. But we had a place that I used to have access to that did an Earl Grey taro. And it was fantastic. But unfortunately, we have since moved. And I do not have that anymore. Hang on, did we just come all the way back out again? How did I do that? Does it restore mana? Yes, it does restore your MP. Wow, okay. How did we... Hold up a sec. Where did we come from? Where did we go? Cut-Night Joe? There was a path that I came through that's not there anymore. Oh, you love boba tea and London fogs. Yeah, sadly they don't really have London fog over here in Australia. Not anymore. Did I just do a big loop around? I could have sworn that I came down from the north here somewhere. No, evidently not. Super AAA71. Hey, just dropped by to say you really enjoy your videos. Continue to keep up the good work. Thank you very much for the kind words and for the support. Don't worry. New content coming soon. We just had a video that dropped on Monday, at least for my time. I think it would have been Sunday for some of the US. The next video is going to be 5 games in 1. Currently got the scripts completed for 4 out of 5 of those games. So it's not too far off. It still needs a little bit of time to cook, and we'll need to spend some time going through the editing process, but yeah, it's not too far away. Also, I'm talking too much and I keep getting lost down here. I think I need to retrace my steps and go back this way. Or have I just completely missed something? Hold up a sec. Okay, do I take requests for bad games to play? Yes, I do. We check those out in the Wheel of Misfortune streams, which are every Sunday, AEST. So, yeah, come along and check them out. If you are a member of the channel, which starts as little as $1 per month, you're able to submit 1 game per month to add to the wheel and have a chance of being selected. So, good fun way to be able to jump in and play some stuff. Okay, let's see what's down this way. 100% Larry, you can try healing yourself. Let's see how much that gives back. Because you're just getting walloped at the moment. Okay. Oh, I thought the Wheel of Misfortune was just choosing those games. I mean, it kind of is. Wheel of Misfortune is picking games that people have submitted. They're just randomly selected, which is good fun. Okay, hang on. Can we actually move this little floating platform? Because if we can, this is a game changer. Here we go. Yes. Okay, that's what we need to do. I like that. Thank you. Interactable environment. I just didn't see it before because I'm a dum-dum. Okay. And people are just really nice about what they submit to the Misfortune. They really are. I need some more people to suggest utter garbage for those streams. But the problem is we have so many people that are just really passionate about overlooked indie games, and it seems like everyone's got a handful of them that are like, yes, more people need to see these games. And as much as I appreciate that, it's also fun getting some utter rubbish to play every now and then. Okay, that'll get us some more meat for later. Let's keep fighting our way through these. Come on. Yeah, you did submit Florida Simulator 1986. And that was a good level of hilarious jank. It's just a game that didn't take themselves too seriously. And that's good. More game devs need to take that approach. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It's fine to have a serious game if that's what you want to make. But games, at least from my perspective, are made to be fun experiences. And you can be silly and fun. There we go. You didn't even get a chance to hit us. Another syringe of life and a soft drink. Why are these fun guys holding on to soft drink? Doesn't really make sense. Oh, we've got another one down here that we need to take care of. Alright. I reckon we'll probably finish exploring this area and then we'll push through and probably call it there at the end. Because I think we've seen enough of like the start of the game to get a pretty good feel for what it's all about. Grail, whatever happened to side quest? It's on the back burner at the moment. It is something that I still want to revisit. So for those that aren't aware, side quest is what the streams were originally before we pivoted. And now side quest is a title that's more reserved for reviews of games that are out of order for normal Steam sequence, and usually are games that we've played during a stream. So there's a few that I do want to still be able to feature later on. Mostly they're ones that I've been wanting to get to for a while. Like I want to do a review of what was called Curse Crackers. I want to do a review of Void Stranger because that was really interesting game to play through. There's a few more on that list as well, but the problem is just time. And the reality is that especially when I've got some bigger games to play through, the next time that I'm able to do any of the side quest reviews might not be until I'm able to go a bit more full-time with the channel, and I do not know when that will be. We're getting closer and closer towards that becoming a reality, which is really strange to consider because we are less than 100 subscribers away from hitting the 50k mark, which still feels incredibly surreal to me that there's that many people out there that enjoy watching this stupid content. But kudos to all of you, I guess, for making it possible for me. But yeah, if I'm ever able to go full time, then you can expect to see the amount of content on the channel ramp up. I'd love to be able to do at least a video a week, if not 2, because I'd be able to use that to do a Steam sequence review and a side quest review. And that would be the dream, I think, for me, to be able to put out more content, quality content for all of you to be able to enjoy. Why do you attack everyone?
We need more flesh. Our food source was stolen.
Yes, well, bad news. I really enjoyed fried mushrooms, so you're now going to be my food. I'm sick of meat. I'm going on an all-vegetarian diet. Nothing but shrooms. Alright, Shroom Brute, come on. Give me some of that fungi. This game seems pretty boring, not gonna lie. Are you having fun, Grail? I'm having fun because I've got you guys here to chat with. That's probably the biggest thing I can say. It's not that the game is terrible. I think it is just a very slow-paced game. And there'll be some people that are looking for exactly that, and they will appreciate it for that reason. To me, I personally think it comes down to it being a pacing issue. I think the world simply needs to be more condensed. And I think being able to have a game world that is exactly as big as it needs to be is a sign of clever game design. I think it's very easy to build a big world that you can walk around in, and you walk for 10 minutes before finding something of interest. Being able to have a world that takes 10 minutes to walk from one side to the other but is filled with 100 points of interest, all of which feel unique and interesting, is a completely different level of game design. Yeah, get out of here. We do need to heal though. We're a little bit low on the old health. Sorry, I'll read a couple more of the chat messages in a minute. There we go. Still on the topic of drinks, but since I do work as a barista, nice, thank you. World needs more baristas. I know a bunch of different recipes for a variety of drinks. If you can think it, I probably know how to make it. I would love to know what your favorite drink to make is, actually. 100% normal human. That's probably where my mind would go. I'm always curious as to, like, what is the drink that you make for yourself and that you kind of wish more people would know about and therefore order as well, because then you get to make it more often. Of course, did I just get a baseball bat? Can I give 100% Larry a baseball bat? A baseball hat, rather? Yes, I can give 100% Larry a baseball cap. Okay, this game's just redeemed itself. It got better. Love it. They also use a glass shard. That's crazy. Can't wait for your reviews of Florida Simulation, Umihara Kawase. You're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer to see those ones, and I do apologize. I want to get to them sooner, but reality is going to take a little while. Okay. It's time to create 100 YouTube accounts. You'll get there. I reckon... Ooh, it's pretty close to the end of the month. I was hoping, but there's still a chance that we will hit 50k before the end of January. We're not far off, so I think it is possible. 100% human. It does seem very boring. There's a lot of good aspects here, but it feels like none of them are properly utilized to make something that intrigues. I'm kind of inclined to agree with your perspective on that. It's like there's potential here, but nothing's quite gelling together in the right way. Like, from an artistic perspective, I think this is quite interesting. From a game design perspective, it's very basic. Raven, I'm assuming in their playtest they don't get many random fights because they know where to go, so they need to make it clear and add more rewards so getting lost is okay instead of confusing. 100% agree. Clear directions and guidance on where to go will greatly reduce frustration, and that's why I have a problem with designing your level like a maze, because it just makes the player frustrated from wandering around in circles trying to hopefully stumble across the right path. I like that we're getting some more powerful healing items now, though. That's kind of a nice touch. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we have puzzles to solve with moving platforms. Alright, well, let's push you over there. What's the worst that could happen? Now's a bad time to be hungry, badly craving some fried mushroom. You do well if you were in this area. KW, you've made some excellent quality videos so far. I think you deserve to be able to do this full time. I hope I'm able to one day, and not because that's what I necessarily want for myself for a career, but because I enjoy making content that other people enjoy, and it would enable me to do that. So yeah, that's why I would like to be able to do that full time. Don't get me wrong, being able to take control of my own schedule and whatnot is an added benefit, but mostly I just want to make content that people enjoy, and that's enough for me. Yeah, the sequel Umihara Kawase Shun is also on the wheel now. I am dreading playing another one of those games. The first one was difficult enough. The dev can definitely speedrun these bits and hasn't noticed how long it'll take anyone else. I do wonder how much playtesting this game got, and who playtested it for them. So I think they might have gotten some interesting feedback had they done that. The game has Breath of the Wild vibes, a lot of walking with not much actual substance to the world. That's a contentious viewpoint to have, for sure. I personally really enjoyed Breath of the Wild because I found that the world was interesting to explore in its own right. But I can absolutely understand and appreciate why people also found the world to be empty and boring. What happened to your food source? The gator from Florida Simulator 1986. It oo-wooed at me, and the gutter gator lives there now. So many people will not get that reference, and that is totally okay. There are some things that just shouldn't be explained. Come on, please die. No, not dead yet. You get hit. That's fine. Okay, there we go. More bubblegum. Lucky me. Right, we push this one over. See, this is the most interesting part of this area so far. They're going, yeah, okay, you got to take 3 different paths, move the things into place, and that makes your path to get out of the area, or at least out of that specific little piece. More of that, please, just on a smaller scale. There we go. I think this is something that Strax Game, who the name of which is escaping me at the moment, and I feel terrible for that, but Strax Game did away with random encounters. Every enemy that you were going to fight could be seen in the world beforehand, and interacting with it took you to a battle. And honestly, it's a game design perspective that I feel works a lot better for being able to maintain the pace of a game. Simply because it allows the player to pick and choose how many enemies they want to fight and when they fight them. Random encounters, I think, are an older, almost outdated element of game design. What I love that this game's doing is a very creative enemy design, and the visual aspects of the world are quite interesting. It just needs to be a little bit more modern, I think, in terms of the actual game design and mechanics. Yes, at least Breath of the Wild had some things between major points of interest, even if most of those were shrines that weren't particularly unique or interesting in their puzzles. There were some good ones out there, but yeah, they could get a little repetitive. Raven, the fights might need to be a bit less repetitive, maybe dropping common consumables that will make them shorter if you're getting tired and willing to spend a consumable so the fights prevent fights. Phoebe, should we make a Graeldon subreddit? Someone is welcome to get on that eventually if they want to. Don't know if we're kind of big enough to be able to do that just yet. 100% normal human. Depends on the day. My job serves an exclusive sea salt caramel espresso. Sometimes I make that plus peanut butter and protein, but sometimes I make a coconut milk matcha smoothie for yourself. Been getting more into matcha drinks lately. It's, I think, underappreciated. I think it takes a bit to kind of appreciate the flavor profile of matcha. So many people compare it to just cut grass, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. The sea salt espresso is sea salt caramel plus our exclusive caramel sauce, and then Skippy peanut butter. It gets whipped topping and caramel drizzle and salted toffee on top. It's so good. That's the kind of thing that it sounds like I would 100% go for if I had a better workout routine, so I could burn off some of the calories that sounds like are present in that drink, but also if I actually enjoyed coffee. It is very unfortunate that coffee to me is one of the flavors that I just can't appreciate. There's something about it just doesn't work for me. I understand it from a culinary perspective. I can appreciate its complexities, and I understand why people enjoy it. For some reason, my body just says no. And it's probably a good thing, otherwise I would probably be very addicted to coffee. I already, because I can't have coffee, I have so many different types of tea instead, and I get to appreciate that side of hot drinks. Alright, I want to catch up on this because I know that we're going to be wrapping up this game pretty shortly, and I don't want to let anything slide by. Francesco, I've got to go eat. If I won't be able to come back soon, I want to thank you for all your hard work you do in the channel for keeping company today. I would have slept entirely today to skip this day. Oh, mate. I'm glad that I could keep you company. Thank you very much for hanging out on the stream. Hope the rest of your day goes well. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. It's always lovely having some new people stop by. Raven End, Metroidvanias, for example, if you get a dead end and 4 enemies, you still get currency. Faster if you don't fight, but no reward. Here, you waste time in a fight for minimal XP rewards. It's not necessarily minimal XP rewards. The XP is quite substantial, actually. If I have a look in here, like, I mean, I need over 1,500 to get to the next level, but I'm getting around 100 per fight. So the levels actually come relatively quickly. It's just that the impact from leveling up is relatively minor. You don't notice a substantial difference from leveling up. You love Breath of the Wild as a walking sim. I get enjoyment out of it in the same way you enjoy Animal Crossing. It's just a nice world to be in, really. If you go into it expecting big dungeons and same adventure you get in some of the previous Zelda games, yeah, you'll be disappointed. But if you treat it as a world to explore, to find the little puzzles in every nook and cranny, you'll probably have a pretty good time. 100% normal human. I watched my dad play Breath of the Wild and the overworld just felt so empty for what the game was, but I've never actually played it, so I have no opinion on the game. It's worth giving it a go. I would say that there is, yeah, and I agree with Yeast, the western half of the map especially feels a little bit bland, but in some of the more foresty areas, there's a lot of lovely things to discover, and I think it's more about the adventure and the distractions when you're traveling from one big landmark to the next. That to me was quite an enjoyable experience. It's not a game that I went and 100%ed. I just did pretty much the main story and a few of the like more prominent side quests, and that was enough. I loved the world. I loved just poking around somewhere and going, oh hey, there's a thing hidden over there. I'm gonna go check that out because I can. It's just, it was, I think in part thanks to its movement mechanics, with the glider being quite new at the time. It is just fun to explore. Phoebe, Grow, if you were to make a game, how would you do so / what game would you make? I don't know if I've got time to answer that question right now without going on a big rant, but I know my own limitations well enough to know that no matter what idea I come up with would not be right. And at this stage of the game, I don't have one set idea in my mind that is like, oh, if I were doing game development, this is what I would make. I don't feel like I have enough knowledge or game experience to be able to narrow my focus that closely just yet. And I don't think I want to either. I think that's an area that I think it's best for me to stay away from in a weird kind of way. I've seen too many examples, I think, of game reviewers, game essayists, game critiques, who then dive into the world of game development, thinking that they know what is going to do well because of their experience, and the games completely and utterly flop. So, yeah, to me that's an area that I'm probably going to stay away from, at least for the time being. Maybe to revisit at some point in the future, but not anytime soon. Even Pokemon had repels, and that Fear and Hunger game, I think, used torches or something. I don't know, and you fall asleep to random trivia bits. Sounds about right. You just don't want to make the player go, oh, I wish I could avoid this, but I can't. They should go, I'm going to avoid this, let's go get that item. Yeah, give them a solution to the problem. That 100% makes sense. Skippy peanut butter, like kangaroo peanut butter. I don't know the brands, to be honest, but it sounds like it should be. Normal humans, also a tea, guys. You have single shot, half calf in your drinks. That's a nice way to get a bit of both. Raven Ann, you like your coffee in exactly 1 flat teaspoon to 2 half heap sugars, tiny bit of hot water, lots of milk. That's why I go for tea. I can avoid the sugar. It is literally just leaf water. And that's okay for you. Yeast, you love coffee. Coffee ice cream used to be my favorite flavor. Yeah, no, can't do it. Can't do that flavor. And weirdly enough, I'm not a fan of chocolate ice cream either. I find it's just weirdly, and it sounds dumb because it is what it is, but it's too chocolatey. There's no There's nothing to break it up. If I ever get chocolate ice cream, it'll be because I'm getting 2 scoops and the other one is something that is not chocolate. So I can give myself a break from it. 100% normal human. Our matcha does indeed taste of grass unless you make it with sweetener. Have to do that for your smoothies. I don't know if that means you haven't got a great matcha or if you've actually got an amazing matcha and you're just getting the natural flavor. I don't know enough about matcha to know that. I've still never had matcha. I don't think I'll be able to taste it, and that's okay. I'll try it one day. If you do try it, get it from a store with a barista who knows what they're doing with it, because it can be amazing if it is done well. Hey, the Smiling Pig sent us to find out why the Shroomlings kill everyone. Give us information, trash collector.
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you exactly what's going on. But the Mother Mycelium can tell you why. It is the source of all Shroomlings and the founder of their village up ahead.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck. I have to bring my findings to the bunker bar, but the Shroomlings are attacking everyone at the moment.
Okay, thank you for letting me through, weird gas mask guy. Whew. Grail, have you considered streaming on multiple platforms? I have actually been looking into that recently. I don't really have Twitch set up and ready to go for it, but there are some games coming up. Okay, this guy again, if you want to teleport back to the village, I guess. There are some games coming up that require Twitch because it's all about audience participation and interaction. So I might actually look up basically upgrading my Streamlabs so that I can stream to 2 platforms at once and then potentially get enough people to make it work. Although I've never had a stream with 100 people in it, so although it's a game that is meant to be best played with 100 people, we might be playing it with 30 or 40, and that might just have to be good enough. Alright, you're not going to talk to me either. Those are some mushrooms shrouded in blood, which is not foreboding at all. Oh, nope, there's still random encounters here. I wasn't expecting them to still be some in this little mushroom town. Oh, there we go. 100% normal human dislikes chocolatey ice cream for the same reason. Too chocolatey. Fang 2. Wait, what kind of research project is having you play through Genshin? That is an interesting research project. I think I missed the chat on that, so apologies. That's a lot of items to get from one fight, but I'll happily take that. There we go. I will say that, yeah, Genshin has obviously drawn a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild, and that is okay. Having played through Breath of the Wild, Genshin is now my go-to if I want to just dive into a world, run around and find chests and explore. I should give that another go at some point. Every time that I've played Genshin, I get through like the majority of the Mondstadt region and then just stop playing. And then when I go back to it like a year later, I can't remember what I was doing, so I just start the game again. Yeah, alright, sure. This is how we're doing things. We're just playing through Region 1 over and over again and missing out on some of the best content in the game. I will play more of it someday, but today is not that day. Lemon sorbet, your beloved, the only frozen dessert you care about. Lemon sorbet is pretty good. My favorite, my go-to would generally be like a mango sorbet. Mango is one of my favorite fruits, and that actually reminds me that I have one in my fridge right now that I'm going to go and have right after this stream. That's going to be my dessert this evening, fresh mango. Grail, have I played Stray? I have not played Stray yet. It is on my radar as a game that I want to get. Really enough because I think it's one that my wife is actually going to really enjoy. But it is on my list of games to pick up and try at some point. Because it looks right up my alley. It's cute, it's like puzzle platformer-ish, it's about exploration. Those are the kind of games that I'd enjoy just like putting on in the evening, running around and just having a good time. There we go. Yeast, your favorite tea is the one cacao cherry black tea that my dad used to keep around. Ooh, that does sound quite interesting. The one that I've been enjoying at the moment is a Lapsang Souchong, which is a lovely smoky black tea. It's quite unusual. You don't find many teas with smoky flavors in them, but it's a really nice one to have in the afternoon with a little bit of milk. And as soon as you start brewing it, you get that smell of smoke in the air, like a wood fire and pine smoke. Delightful. And it's not too expensive either. You can usually only get it as a loose leaf, but it is worth having. Okay, that's cool. We've got some evidence that the mushrooms are indeed consuming human flesh, and oh, what is that? An unfinished shroom brute. Yeah, I'll say you're unfinished. How about we just pull you apart again? I think that's the way to go. After that, hojicha. Hojicha is also pretty good. Love that in my boba tea. Favorite tea is pretty straightforward so far. Black tea with minimal milk, no sugar. That's a pretty basic place to start, and that's okay. But it gives you opportunity to expand from there. If you like slightly sweeter teas, but want to avoid adding any sugar or anything to it, go for an Earl Grey. Really can't go wrong with a good quality Earl Grey tea. Okay, this feels like I am walking through, like, the nightmarish aftermath of whatever happened to... Oh, gosh, what are they called? Smurfs. This is the Smurf village after a really, really bad day. Okay, I've got another unfinished thing, so must be getting closer to the source of them. There we go. I'm not even paying attention to how much damage I'm doing using special abilities or anything here. We're just spamming auto attacks, and it's working so far. And I appreciate that I can do that. 100% normal human. Love the raspberry sweet tea my local fast food place has. You gotta watch out for how much sugar is in those. Sweet teas have sometimes an ungodly amount of sugar, more so than soda. So yeah, just make sure you drink those in moderation. Okay. Right, what's down here? Nope. Nothing down that way. Yeah, see, this place, again, it's suffering from the feeling of being bigger than it needs to be. I'm also going to have to heal 100% Larry soon, or they might actually be in danger of dying. Okay. Raven, you recruit as much as you can, of course, and get you 2 viewers. That is 2 more than I normally have, so I will take that. Oh, hang in there, Larry. You'll be fine, I promise. Even though I'm hardly watching what's happening on the screen. Yeast generally don't add milk to tea. Sugar is fine with black tea. Prefer eating sweets alongside tea to sweeten my mouth instead of tea. I mean, that's an interesting way of doing it. I hope that's a bit more of a cultural thing sometimes as well. Oh, there we go. We've got some level ups. We'll use some items because we've got quite a few of them now. Ah, bubblegum restores SP. That's good to know. Let's have some soda because we know that's what makes you healthy. Alright, are we finding anything over here? Please be something interesting up in this corner. Hi!
Please, understand, my brothers. The gator is eating all our meat supplies, but without them, the mother mycelium will die. We need fresh meat to survive.
Okay, so they're basically being bullied by the gator. They're just doing what they need to do to live. That is a giant foot fungus. Charming. Alright, we'll get through here. I think the only game that's ever been so good, at least to me, that I actually played a game second time through was Cult of the Lamb. That was, for me, that was Ori and the Blind Forest. I played through that game several times. Simply because I wanted to. Loved the music, loved the visuals, loved the platforming, loved the world design. It was just a fantastic 10 out of 10 game. So much so that it's one of the few games that I have 100%ed. Okay, you're not going to talk to me. Sure, whatever. We're going to keep going this way. Follow the trail of carnage. You're killing me. You have mango. Of course I have mango. It's in my fridge at the moment. And very soon, it's going to be in my belly. 100% normal human. I'm not much of a gamer. I play farming games, but Cult of the Lamb was the only game that's ever hooked me to the point of getting 200 hours and 100%ing the game. Sometimes it just takes the one to pull you in, and then you're officially a gamer after that. Honestly, I think Genshin is my go-to favorite take on exploration in open world. Kind of cathartic and fun. It is. It's just one of those, there's something about the world, the way it's designed, you can always see something over the horizon where it's like, okay, I've got to go check that out. I love games that do that. It's using line of sight in a very effective way to draw the player in and make them want to explore the world. Because pretty much everything you do in that game is going to help you progress one way or another. Okay, I think we are just about done here. I wanted to explore a little bit further in case we found something up here, but so far all we're finding is more random encounters. So I think we're going to finish this fight, and we're save, and I think we're going to call it there. Because, unfortunately, as much as I was wanting things to happen in this game, nothing is happening in this game. We're picking a direction to walk in, we mash the attack button, some enemies die, we get some XP, and we keep going. That is... And it makes me sad, because this game to me looked like it had a lot of potential. Alright, let's save. And it might be that just we didn't get far enough into it to really see the interesting bits, but if it takes more than a couple hours to get there, they're too far apart. That's what it comes down to. Alright, so we're going to pause there for a sec. Right, let me quickly catch up on other ones here. What did I see? The Smurfs with Gargamel locked in. Yeah, absolutely. KW, mint tea reigns supreme in your opinion. Grew up with it and haven't got tired of it decades later, so tried and tested. Mint tea and a lot of green teas for me are a lovely nighttime tea for when you don't want too much extra caffeine that's going to make you stay awake when you need to be sleeping. Hojicha, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well, has a slightly smoky flavour, but not like that. I've never had just straight Hojicha that I've brewed myself. I've always had it in like a boba tea, but I do like the flavour of it. Something about the name makes me think it's to do with like toasted... Hojicha's got like toasted rice or something in it, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different kind of tea. Maybe. Phoebe, Grail, what's your favourite movie? Might watch it tonight. Oh, that is a loaded question. Depends on the genre. If I had to like nail it down to like a favourite movie that I would happily watch time and time again, it would probably still have to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I know it's kind of a bit of a cop-out answer, but to me they were like genre defining. They're absolutely incredible and they still hold up today, but they're not for everyone. You need to have an appreciation for longer movies with that kind of plot development. That's not for everyone, and that's okay. You don't have time for that. If I was to go for something short, sweet, and fun, I would go for an animated movie, in which case, at least at the moment, my favorite is Big Hero 6. There's a lot to love about that movie, and if you haven't seen it, you absolutely should. But the way it presents intellectuals as having their own superhero capability, that's a pretty nice way to flip the superhero... what's the word I'm looking for? The superhero tropes. So I quite enjoy that one. It's good fun. Plus, just Baymax is such a great character. Mushroom houses remind me of those dark Dr. Seuss paintings. I know exactly what you're talking about, yes. Yeast, yes, sweetening your mouth instead of the tea is how it's typically done in Japan during tea ceremonies. Yeah, I knew it was a cultural, traditional thing somewhere there. Most schools of Sado, I've probably mispronounced that. Sado? Traditional tea ceremony, use traditional Japanese sweets for it. That's cool to know. Raven, the Ori games are so good, want to steal the dash ability. It's such solid movement in that game. If you've never done that before, just eat a sugar cube after drinking tea. So much better than sweetening the actual tea. I may actually need to try that sometime. I don't have sugar cubes, but I will still try it sometime. Glowfrog, hello by the way. Sometimes you put a sugar cube between your teeth and drink the tea through it. Oh, sorry, Glowfog. I misread that as Glowfrog, and immediately in my mind, I'm just imagining a frog with like the really long tongue drinking a cup of tea somehow that it's grabbed using its tongue through a sugar cube, and that's just a great mental image. And I'm sorry, you're Glowfrog now. You need to rename yourself. You are Glowfrog. Although Glowfog reminds me of the Glow Cloud from Welcome to Night Vale, so don't know if that's also a reference there. You like how it dissolves. Yeah, fair enough. I imagine that's kind of a satisfying sensation. Liam watches my Minecraft skin was Leshy from COTL for a good while. That rings a bell. COTL, I should know what that is. You're gonna have to explain for me. That's a reference that's like on the verge of my understanding. If you explain it, I'll probably be like, oh, yep, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Fang, don't like the Genshin character designs of an artist. They're so detailed, they torture me. I mean, that's, I think, a legit reason for not liking the character design, because in general, they're quite well-designed characters, but if you're doing it from the perspective of an artist trying to replicate that, yeah, I get it. They're a bit intricate. Let's see. Okay, Raven, this will be useful feedback for the dev. Right, we do need to actually do some feedback for the devs here, so I might have to put this in a timestamp for Art-of-Lun to jump back to later. So just for those that have forgotten what the purpose of this stream is, we are meant to be giving some critique and commentary back for Art-of-Lun on their game. What works, what doesn't work, what to improve for next time that they're producing a game, because I believe they are working on another project. Let's bring it back in and think about our experience for the moment. I think if I had to summarize this, I would say that Morvyn Gutter is a game with a great grounding, a great idea that it's based its premise off. It's got fantastic sound and art direction. I really enjoy and I appreciate the visual style that they've gone for with the game. It's kind of unique with the filter that they've gone for. It's not something that I have seen in a game myself before. However, it just does not gel with the other mechanics of the game. It feels too dated. It feels clunky, it feels drawn out and not in a good way. It's encouraging grinding through the use of all the random encounters, but doesn't provide much in the way of reward for experiencing those encounters. There's a few items you can buy in the starter shop, but even if you manage to grind a lot, you can't buy more than what you would get with having just the minimal amount of money. There's no reward for a player that might actually want to grind more than necessary. Have one item in the shop that costs 5,000 teeth just because, and that'll be a reward for the player that does actually want to spend a bit more time in it. KW, as a spectator, you love the visuals. Kind of reminds me of that one horror game, Darkwood. It looks a bit repetitive at certain points. I think it does look a little bit repetitive as well. I definitely agree with that. The art direction is fantastic, but it feels repetitive because we see the same enemies and the same backgrounds too frequently. I think it is just simply the wrong approach to combat for this kind of game. I think where this game would actually do better is taking a leaf out of Horror Veil. That was a game that we streamed a while back as part of a Halloween themed one. And that was also built in RPG Maker, but the way it handled combat there was that you couldn't grind. Combat was done through very specific scripted encounters, and each of them had interesting and unique mechanics. So basically every fight was a boss fight or a mini boss of some description. And I think that would have been a better approach for Morvyn Gutter, because it is at its core a story-based game that is about exploring this weird alternative gutter-based world. But when you're just going through a repetitive zone with random encounters, you're not progressing the story, and the story is what's meant to be pulling the player through here, because the combat is just very basic and generic. It's very standard RPG Maker. So what's going to pull the player through? It's the story and the visuals. It's not going to be the visuals anymore though, because the visuals are repetitive because of how the combat's been designed. So that would be where I would say the strength and the weakness of the game is. It started off the story really well. Bunch of kids exploring a drain on a dare, fall into another world, manage to find one of their friends, can't find the other two. You've got a good basis to go through, which is find your two missing friends and where they've gone. You then start to introduce other characters that live in this world, figure out what their problems are, help them resolve it, and that helps you progress through the world on your trip to find your friends and escape. There's a lot that you could do from a storytelling perspective here, but your world design and your combat design gets in the way of being able to tell that story. And that leaves me as a player with not enough to make me want to continue pushing through to see more of the game, which I think is very unfortunate. Because I think there is something special hiding beneath the surface here, and I can feel that there's a lot of care that has gone into building this game. It just doesn't capitalize on it. That's kind of where my mind goes with it. Deliria Raven, good to see you still here. Think without all the random encounters we would have progressed further and seen more of the story. Exactly, that's what I mean by that the combat design is holding it back, because it is basic RPG Maker combat. They've renamed some things, but it's the same basic perspective, same basic menu navigation. Like the way it's built and constructed hasn't really been modified from what the engine is designed with. We've seen more interesting things that this engine can do from a combat perspective, and I think it'd be good for them to explore some other projects and see what they could absorb and learn and then implement in a future game. So I think what the dev does really well here is the world building. It is an intriguing setting, but it's not intriguing enough with everything else that's holding it back. So I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a great game, and I kind of agree, KW. You can see a lot of potential. You can almost smell it in its putrid sewer air. It needs a little bit more polish to push it from an okay game to a good game. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, they need to micromanage that pacing. I want to see those areas streamlined. I want to see the combat encounters reworked, and put the focus of the game where your strengths obviously are, which is the world building and the narrative. So I'm excited to see what you might do in the future. I think the key for you is to be finding more playtesters, and make your playtesters people that enjoy different genres of games, not just RPGs, because they will be honest with their feedback about what they're enjoying or not enjoying about the experience. And keep in mind, you don't have to cater to everyone. Your kind of games are going to have a very specific audience, and you should cater for them. But even them are probably going to find this a little bit repetitive. So it's unfortunate that is the case, because I kind of wanted to see more. I just wasn't able to see more without pushing through the grind. And that kind of sucks. That said, I can see that potential. I can see the diamond in the rough, and I'm very excited to see what you might be able to do in the future with a little bit more experience under your belt. So thank you very much, Art-of-Lun, for giving me a chance to check out your game. Thank you very much for submitting yourself to this kind of critique, because it's not easy to be able to, put yourself forward and be willing to hear this kind of feedback. So hopefully this has been constructive and helpful to you. And again, thank you very, very much for giving me the opportunity to feature your game. We are going to jump over, and this is going to be the end of the stream. So thank you very, very, very much, everyone, for hanging out and keeping me company while we've been playing through Morvyn Gutter. I hope you have had a fun time just hanging out in a nice chill stream. It is why I enjoy these ones. As I said, we've got some more content in the works. Nothing coming up this weekend, though. It'll be a little bit further down the line. We will be having another Wheel of Misfortune stream coming on the weekend, and the next video will be ready when it is ready. But make sure you keep an eye out on all the community-based stuff, because we will be having an announcement go up probably in the next week or two for 100% orange juice. So if you want to hang out, do some community stuff, don't miss your chance for that. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, no matter where in the world you are. Hopefully it is a good one and things go your way and you have a little more luck than the kids that fell into the sewer. And fingers crossed, I will see you in a future stream. If this is the last time that I ever see you again, thank you very much for being here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your life. But otherwise, hopefully I'll see you next week. Until then, take care.